King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan. King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan. Ruslan.
Holy smokes, you are here early. Well, you're not really early, you're just here on time, which means you probably have your bell notification on. So I wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in on time. If you're watching a replay of this, you could just fast forward it a few minutes. This usually gets trimmed out, but I wanted to take a moment to let you know what you could do to make this a more enjoyable experience for all of us. The first thing you could do is just make sure you're subscribed and the bell notification is on. 40% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. And the second thing you could do is give this video a like. More than likely, you're gonna like it. So give it a like preemptively. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And third of all, leave a comment in the chat letting me know where you're watching this from. Now what you're gonna see is our countdown clock and the show will start momentarily. Thank you so much for being here.
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Yeah, conversations front of the fireplace. All of my mistakes, how do I erase? Wanna operate at a higher pace. Birth pains causing the body to dilate. On a first name basis with the worst pain facing. Moments in isolation. See, I was hoping I would do this to get more family time. A busy mind and worried heart is just not where I reside. I subscribed that all that traveling wasn't doing well for my soul. Glad I never made it when my name went through the rumor mill. I suppose that the Lord knows I'd have failed. Instead I'm doing well at home, out my shell. Good book off the shelf, more dubs off the L's. I told Ray they ain't just gon' know us, they gon' know us well. Happy to have failed my way to success. With my family by my side, Lord knows what's next. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. But I know what's off, never noticed y'all. Hit a protocol, need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, I need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, we need an overhaul. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. All that drama and hysteria should die down. If there's nothing nice to say, then baby, pipe down. Life is too short to try and pay the price now. I was walking on water and then I wiped out. So this is for the restoration of every family member that's estranged. I know you're facing the same asymptomatic patient, different virus. Hard to tell somebody they sick when they only deny it. And you confide in something personal, but they think you lying. With friends like these who need enemies, I wish I was lying. Nevertheless, I wanna be more and do less trying until the Lord comes back and takes his people back to Zion. Yeah. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. But I know what's off, never noticed y'all. Hit a protocol, need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, I need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, we need an overhaul. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. Joshua the king.
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Fan Love Friday. The best music you have never heard. No chocolate on my face. Appreciate everybody being here. If you're tuning in live, let me know where you're watching this from. And give this video a quick thumbs up. You're going to be hearing some of the dopest music that you are probably not familiar with from our Patreon community. And some folks that are also just cats I think y'all should be on as well, man. So We got a lot of dope submissions that we're gonna be getting into here in a second. But to start us off, I gotta jump into the new. There's a lot of good music out, but this new Indie Tribe music video just dropped. I wanted to jump into it.
Dickory die, deal at the tippity top. Bible verse in your bio will probably listen. I could probably flex like, where are all the rappers that you said hype? Nowhere to be found and now my set like, hold the culture down, they told me talk like I was Ted, right? Resurrect the tribe just like I met fight. You boys need to meditate instead of fake. Celebrate on IG. Depression make you medicate with my lead. But what's that in your IV? And yeah, I'm sending shots like Rocky to your body. Before you overdose, I rope a dope like I was Ali. Versus methadone, just check the method, man. Indie try forever, you are not a distant second. And got the Holy Ghost, it's holy smoke, you catch it second hand. And I spent your whole advance on my wedding band. But I would never flex like that. And anytime I do, I just repent and get right back. Competitive like that. The scripture is a sedative like that.
That's the ultimate cheat line. Like, no big deal. Like, he give you some bars. I spent your whole advance on my wedding band, but I would never flex like that. Like, that's the ultimate Christian soften the blow vibes.
Advance on my wedding band. But I would never flex like that. And anytime I do, I just repent and get right back. Competitive like that. The scripture is a sedative like that. I'm set on the right track. I'm destined to fight back. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. She say, won't he do it? I say, yes he does. Couldn't care less if you covered in what I'm coming with. Covered in the blood because he blessed me, cuz.
Shout out to these illiterate rappers that's getting screwed by your contract. A simple read a legal fee and you never signed that. I'm sick of all that ignorant capping. Man, I've seen you spit but plead the fifth. You got some strings but your royalties, they don't exist. And now you're nervous cause you don't know how to feed your kids. Your shows is canceled cause the people sick. And they try to show another light to where hip-hop lives. Man, I might be the next short night. I feel Nike. My mindset is 10 moves ahead of you suckers. I'm writing algorithms so soon they'll address me like I'm Zuckerberg. This my Spurg is pumping, ready to blow. Man, I got melody, but I'm still coming heavy with flow. We open door to the earth,
cause hip-hop is a sad space, but I'm in it though. Trust me, I'm the pinnacle. The holy dope is digital, the crystal gold. Hey, Jesus died for that. You rappers drivers whack, pull them over. Like where your license at, for you could die with that.
You don't bang, but it's a whole lot of gangs, don't touch me.
I spit like a leopard, you couldn't touch me. We might just be exactly what you needed. I've been chosen since a fetus, you couldn't cheat it. Go ahead, repeat it. As long as there's breath in my lungs, it's all hell King Jesus. At 45 with the levers, at 116 I believe in. If junkies never was dreaming, cause humble beast was a season. We live as kings, commit trees in the tribe of village, we eat them. I mean lead them, get them up. Kitty rap king, pick them up. Had to Lilo, stitch them up. Guess he wasn't quick enough. Don't hide when you smell like chicken.
Oh my,
Hey yo, let me tell you something. Just know, if this was a race, you're not keeping up with us. If this was a fight, you're not even touching us. It's Indie Tribe save lives, and the life we saving is yours. So I don't want none of you little rappers coming in my DMs asking for the instrumental, cause there ain't no Instagram challenges, no TikTok challenges, no Charlie D'Amelio, no Addison Rae, no Bella Porsche, none of that. It's quiet for y'all. It's Indie Tribe, tribe on the move, and God always. So make sure when you talk to me, make sure when you talk to the tribe, you talk to us nice, very nice. And when you hear them horses, just know it's over for you. You heard? Man, stop playing with me. Damn, come on, stop playing.
That's Indie Tribe, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's get into some of y'all music. Apologies for the internet drop. That was kind of trash. Alright, first up we got the homie Cut Right with a new jam. Let's see if we can get this situation popping. There we go.
Yo, this beat got me feeling like Marty McFly hopping out the DeLorean, you know what I mean? This feel like 1997. Cross movement screaming, it's only one way to heaven. Out there on the block spreading the gospel with urgency, because the world's in a state of human emergency. Yeah, but this is 2021, but we still still let them know salvation is through the Son. And we gon' get it done, cause no matter what year it is, just know the house still got some representatives. And you know where all the glory go, the ancient of days, whose name had been praised before creation came through a phrase. The angels amazed, the word became a babe and was raised, was slain in 3 days later and came straight up the grave. So we can be saved and clean inside like a colonic. The world got the madness and we in need of the tonic, cause they caught up in the era of the human superstar, where they water down the gospel so you see how cool they are. Nah, we ain't just coming with reps. Whole crew did it majors, we be studying Acts, deflecting the Hail Mary when we running it back. The scriptures are stone cold, so we stun them with that. So when they wrestling with sin and the beast keep jumping in, they can reach and tag the one the Undertaker couldn't beat. This life isn't for play, make your decision today. Even the Mandalorian will tell you this is the way. This feel like 1997. Cross movement screaming, there's only one way to heaven. Out there on the block, spreading the gospel with urgency, because the world's in a state of human emergency. Yeah, but this is 2021, and we still let them know salvation is through the Son. And we gon' get it done, cause no matter what year it is, just know the house still got some representatives.
Yo, cut right, killer job, man. Was that like a cross movement tribute song? I'm confused.
So it was kind of, you know what I'm saying, like I heard the beat, it gave me like some House of Representatives vibes, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, it'd be dope to do something in that kind of style, you know what I mean? Just bringing up the nostalgia, man. That's my favorite cross movement record. I actually reached out to Amber and the Tonic in Charlotte. You know what I mean? But they like, nah, they retired. I was also trying to get, you know what I'm saying, just some young cats to rap, man, you know, show that love to the, you know, we could do everything else, but it's the classics, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that definitely got that House of Emergency vibe. I just never would. Yeah, it's interesting. I just hadn't thought about like a cross movement type of record like that. You know what I mean? It's tight though. It's like, yeah, it just caught me for a loop, bro. I was like, yo, it's like a cross movement tribute, you know?
Yeah, bro. The madness is still my joint, bro. You know what I'm saying? They most definitely like we the Wu-Tang, you know what I mean, but they were the Wu-Tang before the Wu-Tang squad.
So they said no, they didn't want to hop on a record?
Nah, yeah. So I reached out to Ambassador, you know what I'm saying, directly through the email, through Facebook, through all of that. Never heard nothing back. I'm saying, like, the Tonic stay in Charlotte, and like we got connections and stuff like that. But I know last time we had talked about doing some stuff. He like he retired, but I think it would be fly, you know what I'm saying, to have, you know what I mean, to rock with the cross movement on a record like that, bro. I know they cats will go off, man.
Yeah. Well, do you know what they're doing nowadays?
Well, I know Amber is at a school in Raleigh, you know what I mean? Okay. The Tonic, I think he was like an assistant pastor, I think, in a church here in Charlotte. Okay. I don't know what the rest of them are doing though. You know what I'm saying? I just know from cats, like we in a kind of the same circles, like Jeremiah Blashin, who was in infantry. He real close with Tonic, my dude Manny.
Yeah. Shout out to them brothers, stuff all the time. Shout out to them brothers, bro.
Yeah, man.
They need to get in the content space. I want to see some better content from them dudes, because they're thinkers on a whole nother level, man.
Facts. Legend, sir.
Yeah, man.
Legendary.
Word up, brother. Well, I appreciate you, cut right. All right, man. I'm gonna let you go, brother. All right, we got the homie Elston. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I told the devil shoot, take your best shot. Prices on my head, I see red dot. Devil want me dead, call me dead shot. I'ma shoot back, ain't no game, ain't no Xbox. Told the devil shoot, take your best shot. Prices on my head, I see red dot. Devil want me dead, call me dead shot. I'ma shoot back, ain't no game, ain't no Xbox. Told the devil shoot, yeah, cock it back and let it go. Devil, you can't touch this MC Hammer flow. I'ma tell you something you should know. I got Jesus, that's the end it all. I barely clean like Michael, I walk it out like tightrope. 7 by 7 is I know, crucified, we don't die though. Dope dope sound like vinyl. Pick up my cross and disciple. I just be reading my Bible. My city need a revival. Lucy, 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 tell me what it do. Tell me how it really feel to know you always lose. Yeah, this that holy water, this that 100 proof. I'ma live forever, so I told the devil shoot. Yeah, take your best shot. Prices on my head, I see red dot. Devil want me dead, call me dead shot. I'ma shoot back, ain't no game, ain't no Xbox. Told the devil shoot, take your best shot. Prices on my head, I see red dot. Devil want me dead, call me dead shot. I'ma shoot back, ain't no game, ain't no Xbox. Told the devil shoot,
It's that red dot, I don't even need no beamer on that blick. It's all headshots, devil don't want smoke, he cough out his lungs. I got the victory already won, this is my destiny, it just begun. Jesus short, kingdom come, this that push to start. Yeah, I'm speeding, I can't crash it. Aiming at the devil, that's my target, that's my practice. Tryna steal my joy, it ain't no way that you can have it. Call me Esteban, Ramirez, the rabbit in my bag. You the king of kings, prince of peace, God almighty. When I'm standing all in my way, tell them get behind me.
Yo, Elston, was that your partner on the second verse?
Nah, that was me on the second verse, and that's my partner on the first verse.
Okay, I wish you would have told me that, cause
yeah, I'll put it down there.
Yeah.
I ain't
Well, you
on
just
the
didn't tell
same,
me when your verse started. You didn't tell me when your verse started. I would like to just hear your verse. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got a 60-second ideal time that we're shooting for. I wasn't really feeling your partner's verse at all, bro. Like, he was kind of stiff, and it sounded like he was reading. I like your voice a lot, bro. Like, your tone on this is really dope.
They cannot come try to take my gun, got it beside me. Say they know me by my fruit, spirit is up inside me.
Yeah, so I really like your verse. I'm not a big fan of the concept of the record. Like, records about like shooting the devil and shooting demons are like, it's very like T-Bone, old Christian rap, like got my Glock with the demons shooting bang bang bang. Like, it's like yeah, it's a little cheesy from a content standpoint. Y'all made it sound cool, but I would rather hear something else. Like, I would rather hear like y'all talk about your stories. How has God delivered you? What you going through in this season? What was it like moving? What was it like getting married? How'd you come to Jesus? You know what I mean? Like, I think there's so many other things you could talk about. So it's almost like rapping about shooting the devil is like a cheat code to like still kind of sound street. You know what I mean? And like have gun bars. But y'all like really having gun bars, you know, because you're not really talking about gun bars. So that's just like an observational thing I got. It's not a big deal, but I like your voice, your tone, everything about what you're doing on this record. Your homie is, he cool. Like, it's like, I didn't see I wish I hadn't listened to that, honestly. Like, I'm a little annoyed that you didn't tell me that there was a verse on the beginning of it. I feel like I want that minute of my life back. So, it wasn't like he was awful. It was just he didn't add anything to the record. Like, he's just like it's just like fill in some space with generic Christian rapper from 2019. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, it's cool, but like I felt like you're onto something. You know what I mean? And so from a advice standpoint, outside of the artistic stuff, I would just say don't feel like you have to make music, like, don't be creatively codependent. Like, don't be creatively codependent. Just because you can make a song with someone doesn't mean you should make a song with someone. Like, you, in my opinion, have something interesting going with your voice, your tone, your ability to put songs together. Outside of my critique about the content of the song. So don't feel like you have to do records with people. We all do that early on, and what tends to happen is you can slide into a group or a collective or just something that's not really necessary for where you may want to be going big picture, you know? And there's always an imbalance because your partner may not be as passionate about, I mean, it doesn't sound like he's as passionate about music as you are. You know, so then it's like now you're kind of doing stuff with someone that's like doing it as a hobby, but you're trying to take it real seriously. That's what I gathered. Like I gathered like this is a hobby for him, and this is something you really care about. And I wouldn't have put him on the song. That's just my opinion.
Bro, we got some more stuff in the works. I
want to hear a record just from you. Like I want to hear a record just from you. 2.5 minutes, everything thoughtfully calculated from the hook to the bars to the content. Like I'm excited to hear that. I think you submitted something last week that was dope too. So that would be my main feedback is like the I see it now. My bad. Also, my verse is the second verse. Just for a heads up. Okay, my bad. I just saw that. Yeah, usually just drop me a time signature like, yo, my verse starts at such and such and such. But, it's all good. But yeah, man. No, I think you got something going for you, bro. Like I really think you got something going for you. I think there's just so many additional layers to this that all will get adjusted as you keep making music, like the style of production. Right, like all the details and the variables just take time to develop. You know what I mean? But you got the spark, in my opinion. Like you got the raw essentials for making good music.
Appreciate that, man. All love, bro.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, guys, we're gonna keep this thing moving. We got Kilo. Kilo is here. Yeah, you got his head down. I see you, boss. Let me pin you up. Boom, boom, boom. Jay Monty dropped today. I'm gonna play a little Jay Monty here in a second. I don't know if y'all are up on Jay Monty, but Jay Monty's record is fire. I listened through the whole thing. What up, David? I see David Livick in the house. Hey, if you're watching this,
Ayo, Blast, turn the beat up.
Let me know where you guys are watching this from, please.
Chosen. Been called to be set apart, you feel me? Golden, yeah. Golden. Living this life cause I've been chosen. Golden. Living this life cause I've been chosen. Thanking God that the Most High chose me. He's the potter on the clay, I let him mold me. Thanking God that the Most High chose me. He's the potter on the clay, I let him mold me. For real. Hey yo, live my life like it's golden. Word of Jill Scott, and I had to boycott it. Believing in the unseen, people think that I'm psychotic. Jehovah Jireh is what I need, my God got it. Cause when I boast of my infirmities, His glory shown. Lord, give me the strength to speak to these dry bones. And I surrender to your will, Lord, just take control. Cause you're the only one I know to heal my injured soul. Colossians 3:15 through 17. Go check it out for yourself to see what it really means. Let the peace of Christ rule in your heart and mind. Gratitude, sing the songs of the Spirit through trying time. And yes, I'm seated in heaven cause God prepared a table. My God, He's still working miracles cause He's not a fable. He brought me out in every season cause I know He's able. And He's the rock of my salvation cause He keeps me stable. Golden. Living this life cause I've been chosen. Golden. Living this life cause I've been chosen. Thanking God that the Most High chose me. He's the potter on the clay, I let him mold me. Thanking God that the Most High chose me. He's the potter on the clay, I let him mold me. For real. Golden. Living this life cause I've been chosen. Golden. Living this life cause I've been chosen. Thanking God that the Most High chose me. He's the potter on the clay, I let him mold me. Thanking God that the Most High chose me. He's the potter.
Yo, Kilo, I like this, man. I messed with it. I think the bars are dope. The flows are cool. How long have you been making music, and what's the goal?
In the total, I've been making music for I'll be 21, so going on 8 years. I've been producing for about 4 years, and then I've been rapping for the rest.
Dope.
My end
you
goal.
produced this too?
Yep,
Dope.
I did.
Dope. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, man. So the end goal really, man, is just to be sufficient as an artist and do this full time, man. Really, this music is what I want to do. I'm tired of working a 9 to 5, man. Just be honest. Really, I would like to be independent, but if a label has an opportunity and it's what I'm looking for, and it's the right thing, Lord willing, then that's what I would do. But really, seeing guys like you who are independent, not under a label, and are very successful, that's really the end goal. Because a lot of people in the industry think, you got to be signed, you got to be under a label. But really, the key to success is building your own and start from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah.
That's dope, man. And you're in Detroit?
Yep, Detroit.
Dope.
Detroit, you already know.
Are you connected with some of the other folks there? Like, you know, my man Trey Little in Detroit?
Yep. I've been actually trying to get in contact with him, but he's been like hella busy, so it's been kind of hard.
Okay.
But really a lot of people that I've been connecting with has been outside of Detroit.
Okay. Got you. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, I feel like Detroit's definitely on the emerging side of things right now, in terms of the scene. Yeah, man. I like that you're producing the music. I like that you're doing most of this yourself.
To your will, Lord, the second side chose me. He's a you my injured soul. Colossians 3:15-17. Go check your heart and mind, gratitude. Sing the songs of the spirit through trying time. And yes, I'm seated in heaven cause God prepared a table. My guy, he's still working miracles cause he's not a fable. He brought me out in every season cause I know he's able. And he's the rock of my salvation cause he keeps me stable.
So here would be my advice to you, bro. I think you got great charisma. I think you got great tone. I think you got. I think you producing and doing all this stuff yourself is very impressive. I would encourage you to just work on your cadences and your flows. Just because it's a little too ABC in the pocket for me in terms of some of the rhymes, not all of it, but some of them. So I'm gonna show you an artist that just put out a record today. His name is Jay Monty.
Man, go.
Not sure if you're familiar, but I want you to listen, not rap like Jay Monty, but I want you to listen to what Jay Monty does, cadence-wise. Very few can ride and hit the interesting cadences like Jay Monty can. So, and I want to send him some love anyway because this record is fire.
When people say they praying for you, but you know they really praying on you. Yeah, you trust somebody with your heart, then they take it from you. Oh, even when I don't see the way, God said I'm gonna be okay. My cousin got locked up for murder. The system took years to find out he ain't do it, or maybe the whole time they knew he ain't do it, and they just saw another black boy they could screw with. Then they tried to lock up my brother Lil Wooda. You would know he was innocent if only you knew him. So when they asked me why I attacked these bars, cause I almost lost my whole family to him. The church tell me talk by Yeshua. The streets say you ain't talking to her. They knock me down when I move up. I just been trying to maneuver. Guess I can't win till I lose much. I was always trying to prove stuff with all of the people I used up. I don't know why God would use this man, but I don't got a place to assume his plan. No matter what I face, can't remove his hand. I know what it feel like to hit rock bottom. PTSD, melatonin milligram. I was crying in the sheet, I was eating out the can. Had some numbers to delete, cause I thought that you would found. It took some losses for me to accomplish. Now I know defeat was just for me to stand. Southside sorrow left me broken.
Do you see how much there's happening percussively with the flows? Bop 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 bop. Like it's very 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 calculated and intentional. Now Jay Monty I think is one of the dopest rappers in Christian hip hop, and he could sing, and just his ability level is really, really impressive. But I think what makes him unique is the cadences, the flows, and the changes to the flow. Every 4 to 8 bars, there's something that's changing. And unless you just got like the illest cadence in the world, you can't just be in the same cadence for an entire song. You know what I mean? Like they gotta switch, things gotta switch. So I want you to we're in a spot with Christian hip hop where I feel like because Christian hip hop has been scoffed at and laughed at for so long, in my opinion, I think quality wise, when we're talking rapping, I think Christian hip hop is now at a place where it's better than secular hip hop. Like I think if you look at just technical ability of a Jay Monty, of a John Keith, of a Nick D, whoever, I think a lot of Andy Mineo, I think a lot of these guys are better than like the top tier of secular rappers. Right now, you could argue like Drake, Kendrick, Cole compares to the best Christian rappers who would be better. But what I'm saying is, I want you. It used to be like you had to listen to like all the secular stuff, but now you could just listen and immerse yourself in other Christian rappers and pull from their contributions to incorporate into your own. You know what I mean? So it's not about sounding like Jay Monty. What can you learn and incorporate into your arsenal to make your music better? When you hear cream of the crop music and then you hear your music, when you hear cream of the crop rapping and you hear your rapping, are you self-aware enough to know what you need to do different to do this to the gap?
Yeah, I think cause he's actually one person that I actually study a lot, and I guess that's something new I need to study as far as cadence wise. Cause I was usually just focused on penmanship. Cause all the people that I study.
No. The penmanship don't matter anymore. Penmanship don't matter. It's about feel. People feel you before they hear you, and they see you before they hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So penmanship is whatever.
Sure.
Like there's rappers that got the illest bars, but because they're not felt, they're completely irrelevant. So you got to get out of that like the bars. If you ain't, and Monty got amazing bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll run it back. Like, this man got incredible bars, but the way it's packaged with the emotion behind it, the pacing of the cadences and the way stuff speeds up and slows down,
facts.
It's the total package. So I think I would say, yeah, like cadence first, flow first, feel first, vibe first, and then bars. Because if it's bars first, you're gonna be in that Cassidy early 2000s flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got bars and bars for the scars on tars, but the bar, and it's just like, it's mad boring. You know what I'm saying? But you got, if you lead with flow, if you lead with feel, you're going to go further because you can connect with somebody emotionally. Like, this J Monty album has it all, in my opinion.
Man,
this brother can
does.
connect with you emotionally, and he can give you phenomenal lyricism, like incredible showmanship. And you don't really see that nowadays, and you definitely don't see that in the world like that. You know what I'm saying? It's either one or the other. Like, it's either like all vibe or all vibe or all bars, you know what I mean? And I think you need both. So my advice to you is, you got the bars, but to feel, I need to feel you more. I need you to be a little bit more interesting with your cadences, so that there's switches and there's changes and there's pacing and there's build up and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this is helping. What I'm not saying is that it's not good. I'm saying I think you can make it even better. I think you can make it even better than it is. So I appreciate you, Kilo. I'm gonna play some more of this J Monty record just because I feel like y'all need to hear this joint.
Get control of my emotions. Bottom of the bottle like the ocean. Drowning and I wonder if they notice I'm still a man. The world keep turning like the ceiling fan. Monty had to learn how to nail the stand. I just asked God for a healing hand. Reveal your plan.
There's one record on here I'm trying to find, but he's just rapping, man. The YouTube players goofy.
Out here in the land of the living, and I just tell them it's a God thing. It's a God thing. I just tell them it's a God thing. And I just tell them it's. Woo. Had to get down or lay down when they try to slide. I'm telling you this ain't no playground, but I'm still alive. Mama, I'm on the way now. I'm on my knees to pray now, and I'm on the flight to Cape Town. When I make $1 million going diamond independent, then I might put $1 million diamond independent. Almost went blind, I saw some things that I can't repeat. Grandma just died, it's hard to marvel when all your heroes are DC. I was patient with the move. Remember them days of digging and scraping for my food. Now I count a blessing for every day I kept it true. They thought I was dead, I rose from that grave and I can't lose. Some days and nights I thought my story was finished. Somehow Lil Monty made it out of them trenches. I just tell them it's a God. They tried to slide, but I survived with a vengeance and built a legacy for all my descendants. And I just tell them it's a God thing. They put that profile in my feeling, but I'm still out here in the land of the living. And I just tell them it's a God thing. It's a God thing. I just tell them it's a God thing. And I just tell them it's a. Hey, everybody gangster till that pole hit them. Never had it given home. Now they wanna listen home.
Hold on, is this it? This joint is crazy. This has been out a minute. But the bars on this are incredible. And the vocal production, everything, man. I feel like Monty's really like creaming the crowd, man.
I spit out a paragraph, paraphrase, share the map, staircase. They see how I'm going up. I won't even stare back, airspace, tear the tracks, snare the bass, I bag it and fold it up. I'm tagging they toes up, they latching on the back of a tow truck for free rides. Monty, I was caught by Jehovah, from knee high I was gone, now you sticking your nose up and we see why. Just because the leaves been falling don't mean a tree died. When you talk it's like the truth go missing. God be steady speaking out, but you don't listen. Y'all don't talk about the crucifixion, yet you out here wondering why your crew so fiction. I admit it, I'm a killer, I got a lot more. I'm offended, I ascended up to the top though. I repented, I was sinning and couldn't stop, whoa. I spit the Esco bars on Pablo. Infinite fitness, intricate spitting. Temple is risen, been in the kitchen, flipping the system. Vision is vivid, I've been that kid with the mission. Get the rule off till Christmas. The devil lurking, I don't mess with snakes, so I keep a Draco like Professor Snape. Hopped out the plane, I'm a parachute. The devil wanna aim, but he know I keep a parachuters. One on my left and one on my right, like on Larry Hoover. Long nose look like a barracuda. If you love her and can't bear to lose her, dog, don't be sorry you ain't share it sooner. A treasonous legion, an army of evil. I'm reaching for Jesus to block when they seeking to harm me. A season of reaping the harvest and keeping my feet with the teaching of God has been creeping upon me. I'm so free, God, I got the holy key. Oh yeah, I'm so free, God. I know they wanna agree, but I don't really care if they're aware. I just put a prayer up in the air. He won't give me more than I can bear. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm so free, God. I got the holy key. Oh yeah, I'm so free, God. I know they wanna agree, but I don't really care if they're aware. I just put a prayer up in the air. He won't give me more than I can bear. Yeah. Called mama to thank her for praying for me. She know people perish, demons daring me. Top shotter, I came in the game foreign and broke, beating bare, but he been sparing me. My speech is rare, my team is seraphim. Can't breathe this air, I need some clarity. With frequent prayer, I defeat the haters. They wily coyote until they gotta meet they maker. We need deep and we need our savior. He was beat for no reason, like a preseason player. So thankful. I know I was spending my life trying to put it all at his throne. You know I'm a savage, I'm broken and battered. My soul is so callous, I'm so I'm a talent. I'm loading the cannon, I'm showing the pattern. My hope is in Jehovah, I'll never fold. I know it with the boat, how it flows. I'm so free, God, I got the holy key. Oh yeah.
J Monty, man. That joint's called Free Me. The album's crazy.
Dog, that flow is crazy.
He's nuts, bro. So yeah, I think J Monty really is the total package, man. I feel like y'all should go support that brother, because I think he's really good. All right, we gonna keep this thing moving. We got the homie Maddie on the mix. Let's jump into it. The switches and the changes, man, that's really creative, bro. Yeah, I can hear a little electric guitar. Tell me this, how close are you to being able to do your own stream where you fully play all your own instrumentals?
I'm getting there, man. I got a lot of beats, and here's the thing, and I've heard this from other producers. I got a lot of stuff that I'm like, yo, I don't like it, but I've been working on this project with this rapper. I'll send him over. I even named one yesterday. I don't really know about this. He's like, yo, that's fire, dude. I got to use it. And so sometimes I'm kind of like, I can't tell whether or not something's really going to hit. You just kind of don't know. So that's how I feel. I got a lot of content, but some of it I'm kind of like, I don't really know if I should, put it out there and play.
Yeah, man. I like it, bro. Put it out there. Put it out there. And I feel like the fact that you're streaming is going to help you a ton in terms of just expanding your audience. You know what I mean?
Just put it out there. Yeah. I got back on the turntables last week, and I was surprised I had a couple people in there where I wasn't getting anybody, but last week was good. So
Word up. Well, I got my bell notification on.
All right. Be there. Hey, shout out real quick to Cut Right, by the way, because I was listening to Van Helsing just today, wondering where he's been. So that was a fire track he had earlier.
Indeed. Shout out to Cut Right. He was here earlier.
All right. Peace, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you.
My man Milan is not here, so we're going to move on to Prodi the Prodigal.
Philly in the building.
Philly in the building.
It's a little different for me, man, but we trying something out.
Am I starting it at the beginning?
Yeah, it's not a long intro. There's my man Q singing the hook, and I'm the first verse.
Hey. My dad made this beat.
Truth music. Prodi. I'ma tell the truth, yeah, I'ma tell it.
I'ma tell the truth, yeah, I'ma tell.
Q, let's go.
I'ma tell the truth, yeah. No cap, no. Ain't no bad at you, just no cap, no. Show 'em how you do, yeah. No cap, no. Bring hands up, my feelings been I rip up. Ain't up on the back, you. No cap, ain't up on the back, you. No cap, ain't up on the back, you. No cap, no. Bring hands up, my feelings been on the law. Ain't up on the back, you.
I'ma speak truth, no okey doke. Nope. Roy's Rose floor, got the Holy Ghost sack. You speak lies, Christ breathe life. Breath of fresh air, he's the only hope. Don't believe these lies from the devil. We three guys, ride pedal to the metal. Weak rhymes, no, we gon' never settle. Aiming for the top, watch the throne, no bezel. Crush grapes is new wine. The work is complete in due time. Trust God and you do fine. Different point of view like new eyes. I grew from a boy to a man on bended knee. My God is the truth and the truth shall set you free. Check the energy, ain't no friend of me. If you lying, get the heck away from me.
Tell the truth, yeah. No cap, no. Ain't no bad at you, just no cap, no. Show 'em how you do, yeah. No cap, no. Bring hands up, my feelings been I rip up. Ain't up on the back, you. No cap, ain't up on the back, you. No cap, ain't up on the back, you. No cap, no. Bring hands up, my feelings been on the law. Ain't up on the back, you.
Most of these rappers like plies, bro, all caps. Fitted to had more lies when they all rap. Heavy rhymes in disguise, I'm appalled at. When our hairline disappears, it's about cap. We need the truth to push him back from the edge. Yeshua's the one who can bring him back from the dead. I'm trying to touch heads, go where I'm appointed. Emmanuel, Lord send out some Samuel's anoint live. It's new era and true era to their demise. They float suffer from Luke, Garrett, paralyzed. Hear the cries, open the eyes, cause they paralyzed. Dumb, deaf, blind, eyed minds so sterilized. And the internet's a fabricated universe. Type in your desire, let the algorithm do the work. If we are fishermen of men, I'm gorilla men. Beast on every beat and get in, and that's how gorillas work. When you excel in the Lord, there is no cap, no end, no return. You won't go back to the sin, to the world. You have no lag. So I'm watching while I'm praying, taking no naps, no snooze, most snooze, telling no news. Cause we done heard it all before, man. That's all news. Falsehood, fear mongering with no truth, slave programming, but your boy ain't wearing no noose.
I'ma tell the truth, yeah. No cap.
Prodi, I like this, man. First of all, kudos to you for having such a good range on your production ability, man. I think the fact that you're producing all of this is very impressive. I would say the only critique I would have on this, and I can't give you anything specific. I know Conscience mixed and mastered this, but I feel like something it needs to be tweaked in the pitch correction on the vocal. Because these types of records, like this is like almost like the hook's almost on like some Chris Brown vibes. You know what I mean? So like you can't really mix this like a regular Prodi the Prodigal record. Like you gotta approach it different and put some more gloss and shine on it. And I would say something in the pitch correction, in my opinion, should be adjusted. If you guys aren't already running Melodyne, you absolutely should. And yeah, something just feels like it's not, from a mixing standpoint, isn't like fully polished. and I don't know what it is. Let me listen.
Yeah, so I think it's pitchy, and then I think the sample might be clashing with his vocals too.
Lies, Christ breathe life like different point of view like
Just don't got no show how you do.
Yeah, you're totally spot on. Yeah, the little bloom 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 bloom. Yeah, that definitely is a little conflicting with the frequency range. But yeah, man, once y'all get that mix tightened up and buttoned up, bro, this joint goes, man. It's really good.
Oh man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Trying to stretch my pen, trying to stretch my producer ability. You know what I mean?
You ain't trying, bro. You doing it.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. Keep going, brother. That's Prodi the Prodigal. Drop your handle in the chat, in the YouTube chat, so cats could check you out, because a lot of people
absolutely
trying to figure out who you are. So appreciate you, brother. All right, guys, we got Neems. We got my brother Neems in the house. I think he got some production for us. Let's jump into this. That's such a good melody. Crackle to the 808? Is that what you did? Like, because it sounds so big, but I can't tell if it's distorted or not. Like, this joint is nuts.
No, I think that's it might be a soft clipper. I might have put on it. Should I do that?
Do you have any is there any, what's it called on this? Any crackle vinyl effect? You muted.
My bad. On the now on the 808, no, but I put RC20 on the samples.
Okay, maybe
that has a little vinyl effect on it. Okay, that's what I put there.
Joint is nuts, bro. Yeah, bass sounds dirty. Yeah, man, I like it. I'm not sure how you guys are hearing it, but it sounds right on my studio speakers. Yeah, I like it a lot, bro. That joint is, yeah, make more. It's crazy how much you've grown too, bro.
Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it.
Word up, man. All right, guys, we're gonna keep this thing moving. There's some more music I want to show you. So if you're here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, make sure you get, what am I doing? If you're here, give this video a thumbs up. That would help us out a ton with the YouTube algorithms. There's 77 of y'all watching and only 58 likes. Come on, we could do better than that. And make sure you're subscribed while you're at it. We gonna keep this thing moving. I gotta drop a quick Q&A break on y'all while we get the numbers up and all that good stuff. We got a lot more fire music. We got I Am Rescued in the mix. We got OK Hip Hop in the mix. We got Bats in the mix. We got Edify in the mix. So there's a lot of really, really, really good stuff to come. So don't you go anywhere. But before any of that, we're gonna take a quick little commercial break. You know I came with my own commercials, right?
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan
A frequently asked question I get from creators of all kinds, rappers, singers, producers, TikTokers, preachers, pastors, is how do I find my niche? How do I find my voice? And I would say it's an intersection of a few things. What are you passionate about? What are you good at? And what opportunities are there in the marketplace right now? So the things that actually got me to grow the most were the things, believe it or not, I didn't want to talk about on my YouTube channel. Specifically, going deeper in my faith, talking about social issues and talking about political issues. Didn't want to talk about it, but as I reflected and I started making more of that kind of content, I discovered, wow, I'm actually passionate about this stuff. Not a lot of people are talking about the nuance in these issues, and I'm actually pretty good at it, and there's a need for it in the marketplace. So how do you find your voice, find your niche? Maybe it's an intersection of something. Maybe you're freaking hilarious and you're super duper funny and you got this wit about you and this charm about you. And so, hey, maybe you tell Bible stories, but with your spin on it in terms of adding your personality and your flavor on it. Obviously not changing the Bible stories. We're gonna let the Bible preach the Bible itself, but infusing your personality and your strengths, skill stacking different abilities you have on top of each other. A funny songwriter, maybe humor is your thing, or maybe you're a gamer that plays video games and freestyles. That is how I would be thinking about what are some things that you're good at, what are some things that you're passionate about, and what are some areas of opportunity in the marketplace right now. If you found that last segment helpful, before we jump back into the stream, I want to tell you about a free resource I put together for you on how I learned to find my voice in the YouTube space and how to find your niche. So that is above in the cards or down below in the description. Sign up for it now, completely free training.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan. Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some of the dopest music you have never heard. Jump back into here. That's not what I was supposed to do. That's what I was supposed to do. All right, let's see. Who is here? Quality is so far fine. Again, if you guys have not liked this video, do me that solid. All right, Lorenzo Reyna. I'm gonna pin him up here.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. How are you, sir?
Good, good. Glad to be on.
Glad you're here.
Yeah.
Girl, it's hard for me to tell you that I love you, girl, cause I was heartless, heartless. All these feelings that I'm feeling in my body, baby, I can't stop it, stop it. Girl, it's hard for me to tell you that I love you, girl, cause I was heartless, heartless. All my life I taught my body how to function, blood pumping, heartless, heartless. And if you look real close, you notice there's something missing, my heart's gone. It's in the city back in Mission, my heart's gone. It's back there with my little children, my heart's gone. I numb the pain with this prescription, I'm on them. And I just hope that they don't notice I grind so hard, yeah, I shine so they don't focus. Yeah, I'm with the magic hocus pocus. I grind for my city, yeah, I shine for my city. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And the light's so bright that I leave them looking all in awe, yeah, oh yeah. And I usually don't get into my feelings unless I lost my conscience. Oh yeah, cause these feelings that I'm feeling are surreal. I just wanna stop it. Cause they broke my heart before, and honestly that's why I try to block it. Why I shine so hard, why my dime's so fine, why my diamonds they glisten, why I grind so hard, why I shine so hard, why my dime's so fine, so my diamonds they blind you. Girl, it's hard for me to tell you that I love you, girl, cause I was heartless, heartless. All these feelings that I'm feeling in my body, baby, I can't stop it, stop it. Girl, it's hard for me to tell you that I love you, girl, cause I was heartless, heartless. They didn't see I was a mess, yeah. And I confess that's why I left, yeah, yeah. I didn't make it with they mom, and I know it seems wrong, but I needed to move on, yeah, yeah. And without God, I'd be cold. We've been praying every me to tell you that I love you, girl, cause I was heartless, heartless. All these feelings that I'm feeling in my body, baby, I can't stop it. And the lights so that's why I try to block it. Why I shine so hard, why my dimes so fine, why my diamonds they glisten, why I grind so hard, why I shine so hard, why my dimes so fine, so my diamonds they blind you. Girl, it's hard for me to tell you that I love you, girl, cause I was heartless, heartless. All these feelings that I'm feeling in my body, baby.
Yo, Lorenzo, I'm liking this. I like the production. I like the tone of your voice on this. Something about it seems like it needs some tweaks, but I can't put my finger on it. How do you feel about this record? Like, how do you think you did in terms of execution on this record?
So it's something that I did really from my heart. So I know that's kind of funny because it's called Heartless, but a lot of the tracks that I've been making, and you've been reviewing them, like Guap, Rockstar, they're very like out of touch. They're just songs about, you know, prosperity. This one is really more from my heart, and it talks about my life and some of the struggles that I went through. So for me, it's like going to be a biased opinion because, you know, I feel really like close to it as far as what it's about, you know. It's also about my divorce and the separation from my kids and like how that feels. And then finding a new woman and being like, and trying to tell her I love her after all this heartbreak and all this drama, you know? So it's like, that's basically what it lays down to. But when it comes down to the beat, it's Yondo Beats. So, I mean, it's a very popular YouTube beat producer, but just something that every time I put on Yondo, it's like, the flow just starts going, you know?
Yeah.
So
it allows you to be introspective and share your heart.
Yeah, man. Every single time it's the same. It's like, boom, it starts to flow. So a little different from like the trap stuff or trap beats that I, a whole different type of flow style. And
how do you think you did on the cadence? Because I'm looking at the comments. People generally like the song. This is good. They like doing the feedback for me. This is beautiful. Thank you, guys. And people are saying they weren't the biggest fan of the cadence. The cadence needed some switch. How do you think you did on the cadence? Did you pour 150% into the cadence?
Well, so it's a difficulty, man, that I face. You know, like trying to push myself to be able to be more of a melodic rapper, to be more with doing cadences, and it's not something that I started doing as a rapper. I mean, as a rapper, I started just rapping, you know? That's what it was all about. I just rap, however rap is. But, you know, as we progress through music, we start to see more and more people being more melodic. And it's like something that I'm trying to push myself to do. So even if it's almost there for me, I'm like, all right, let's get it, you know? Yeah. I'm glad for the production. I'm glad that the guys that work together with me, you know, they really took the time on it to edit it and do everything to get it to where it was at right there where you hear it. And this is somebody new. It's Legend Summings. Usually I work with another producer, so this was something different. And I mean, I like it. I think it's good.
Word. I think it's good. I think you can do great.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, that's why I'm on here, you know, so I can learn, and then I can get the feedback from you guys and keep pushing. I'm never gonna stop pushing, you know.
Yeah. So I would, if I were you, I would before you try to, because you could do too much, right? Like you could try to be melodic and try to do interesting cadences. I would say if you're not naturally melodic, focus on your cadences. Focus on more interesting cadences.
Okay,
more
so what's the difference? I'm sorry.
Well, so melodic is like, let me see if I could. Let me see.
I can't stop it, stop.
So you're already kind of melodic.
They look at me and see it's for the best, yeah. They didn't see I was a mess, yeah.
So you're like, the cadence is very kind of straightforward, ba 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 ba, right? Whereas like if you were melodic and cadences, that's like what Jay Monty does. That's why I played that Jay Monty stuff earlier, because he's being melodic, meaning that it's almost indistinguishable when he's singing and when he's rapping, right? But the cadences have a rhythm and a pocket to them. So
got you. So it's like
instead of like right? Like you're really starting with the cadence first. And this is why I think it's important for guys like you to record yourself, because then you can start with just cadence.
I got you, yeah, because I hear it and if you look real close, you notice that's something missing. Like that whole thing, that's what people are kind of saying, like, no, that's not really the rhythm or pattern that you should be going with, right? Like, because I hear the same thing, actually, to be honest, when I play it back after a while of having produced it, because it's been like 6 months, and then I hear it back, it's like, okay, yeah, that wasn't the flyest thing I could have done, like, especially coming in on the first verse.
Yeah.
Probably could have done something a little harder.
Yeah, so I think like, how can you be unpredictable in the way you approach the music, and just make it more interesting, you know, from a cadence standpoint first. So their best bet really is gonna be, bro, like, close your eyes, put the headphones on, and just mumble, and then pick out the best parts of the mumbles, and then piece that together, the best cadences of the mumbles, then go and write your words.
Yeah,
it's gonna take you. It's gonna take you way longer. It's gonna take you way longer to do it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Since I got on here, I've been doing that a little bit more. Like, I'll sit and record instead of standing up and rehearsing the flow. Like, I'll just sit and I'll spit word, like, bar for bar, and go back and then just do it that way. And I build the song now that way, so that way I do more like punching. Like, I know you mentioned a lot of punching, so I'll do that. I'll just, instead of writing, I'm just taking each line for line, but I could still get more creative with it. But I do appreciate.
But you understand what I'm saying, though. You understand what I'm saying. Before you write a single word, before there's an audible word, you just need to start with a cadence, right? So like, if I got this beat, I wouldn't say a word. I'd literally it would be a couple tracks of just. If I be running the sun upon, cutting the fun and the sun and the water went upon. I'm on the sun and the cannon of one of the sun and the sun and the pen and the point of one of one. Pump it up, pump, I'm gonna don't. Right? You see what I'm saying? It's not, I'm just rapping some words to fill the story. It's like, no, let me really attack this. So that's what I'm saying is, like, close your eyes and get in a zone. Drink your favorite energy drink and just give me scats. And it may be two totally separate sessions. You know what I mean? Like, you may need to come in one day when you're fresh and just give me the best scats you got. Then come in on another session and give me a verse. Then come back and rewrite it and then give me another verse. Then rewrite it again and give me another verse. Then piece together the best of the verses. Like, bro, this is what the Kendricks do. This is what the Coles do. This is like, Kendrick will write 5 or 6 verses for a song and keep the best 2. You know what I mean? Lecrae writes 5 or 6, 7 verses for a song and keep the best 2, or peak the best. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're comparing this to elite level music, you got to put elite level practice in. You got to put elite level effort in. You got to put elite level concentration in. Like, it can't, the first draft, like, who writes a book and the first draft is what comes out? Nobody. But in rap, we're so self-centered and arrogant that we think the very first thing we lay down needs to be shared with the entire world. That's wildly arrogant, bro. Fire, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, and at some point, when you develop your craft enough, maybe you can drop something and the first draft goes out to the public, you know, but I would look at that more like a blog post and not like a book. Like, this is you're pouring your heart into this, bro. So when you're making records where you're sharing these testimonies and all that kind of stuff, like, I would say really, like, take your time with it. Like, take your time with it. Like, cause, like, I didn't even know this was about your divorce. I didn't hear anything about the divorce in this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know you were divorced. I had no idea. This is kind of a vague concept. This is like, okay, you're heartless. I don't know what you're talking about. But again, like, if I play you Jay Monty's song, which maybe we should, let's go back to Jay Monty and let's play Jay Monty's song about his divorce. And if this is gonna make you tear up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's, like, it's so vivid. So let me play you some more of this. It's like Jay Monty album.
Your baby boy crying from hunger and you know you ain't got no change. Ever felt the pain? Your baby boy crying from hunger and you know you ain't got no change. So you hit up your partner to ask for $1, but he leave you hanging. We'll hit up your mama, but she been doing double shift just to make it. We'll hit up your father, but on the low, you don't even know where he stay at. And you shouldn't even be broke, the whole world know you signed to a major. Try to hit up your dog, he like, what you mean, where RCA at? So you hit up your A&R and play your card to finesse you a payment. But he said we spent all your budget on beats and recording arrangements and late trips and plane tickets. I'm thinking, okay, well don't take it from Sony, I know I ain't famous. But you hear my son in the background, he's screaming and you know what his name is. That's Cairo, my baby, my little baby boy, that's my angel, I swear I get dangerous. I was
like, bro, I'm catching goosebumps and like tearing up listening to this dude. The passion behind it, the imagery. Like, I'm on the phone with RCA asking for a payment. They're telling me they spent it on travel arrangement, but you hear my little son in the background crying because he's hungry. Let's keep listening.
About hitting the river, the street with the heat, leaving somebody brainless. Then I thought about how that would destroy the whole testimony. I've been out here proclaiming, claiming, yeah. I lost hope that night. Thought about clutching up for that night. Really thought about selling dope that night. And naturally I got to think about who I could blame then. I looked over to my wife and told her it was over. She was in the way, then I came, then I went and came, then I went again and filed for divorce. She could see my heart turn cold. No ounce.
You see how vivid he is? You see how vivid it is? I came, then I went, then I came again, then I filed for divorce. And he's blaming his wife in the moment, and he's giving you such a vivid picture. He's so vulnerable. You know exactly what he's talking about. I failed in my marriage. I completely dropped the ball. You know what I mean?
I was smiling in court. Then I got on social media. Divorce. She could see my heart turn cold. No ounce of remorse. I was smiling in court. Then
no ounce of remorse. I was smiling in court.
Social media to tell the world and announce the report. I made it seem like
then I went on social media. I was smiling in court, no remorse. Then I went on social media to announce the report.
Yeah, he's killing it, bro.
Media to tell the world and announce the report. I made it seem like I just made it out of a horrible challenging war, and they celebrated me for it. But pound for pound, she held me down since I was a child, going off the deep end. When daddy put me out the house, yelling down the street, calling me a demon. I was like, okay, no problem, I'ma hit the street and be straight in a week then. She was there to pick Lil Monty up and get a boy a bed that he could sleep in. Now I've been feeling like a weak dad. I done turned into a here's some money. Can I see my kids once or twice a week, dad? Wish I could be a complete dad. Really wish I could be a belief dad. Really wish I could be at the games, picture frame hanging in my office suite dad. I was screaming, free me from my marriage and free me from Sony. I was screaming, free me from my pastor. Swear sometime I think he can't control me. Then I realized God had paired me up with all these people just to see if he could grow me.
Woo! Then God paired me up with all these people just to see if he could grow me.
Cause claiming everybody else was getting old, trying to leave that game alone, put that on Ginobili. I was blaming Phil Thornton, Jeremy Castro, blaming Gabby and Steve. I was blaming Doc Watson, all hell. I was blaming Adam and Eve. I learned to do it on my own. If you wanna bang, homie, you can hang with me. But I know I'ma die alone when it's my time to go. You can't share my grave with me. And when I get to heaven and my Lord and Savior ask me where all my achievements at, none of y'all gonna be standing by my side just for me to point a finger at. I cut everybody off on my path to freedom, just to find that whole time I was the only one I needed to be free from. So when everybody finally left, I looked in the mirror and I could only see me. I blamed myself for the first time, and that's when I finally saw the free me. Cause I had to lose everything to find.
I get like Chance the Rapper vibes, right? Like a little.
Yeah. So the album's called Free Me, and this is the title song, and it's all about him freeing himself from his own sinfulness, like being freed from his sinfulness. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the whole record is crazy, bro. So anyway, I say all that to say, obviously Jay Monty's an elite level rapper. Like, this is like comparing, you know, we're talking like LeBron, right? Like, this is, he's phenomenal. But I'm just saying we could pull and extract the difference here. We should all be able to hear the audible difference in terms of what's happening when he's telling stories. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With the images, how brave he is in sharing that, the details of his divorce, the details of how this whole thing went down, the details of his career. It's very courageous, man. So I would encourage you, like, if you're gonna press into the heavy content, like, really pour all yourself into it. Your story is too important to not pour all yourself into. You know what I mean? And that may take you working.
I'm speechless after that Jay Monty, bro. It's just ridiculous, man. Because that's something that's legendary. Like, he's not just dropping a track. Like, that's a that's a hit. You know what I mean? Well, more than that, I don't know. You call it something else. Like every time we talk about the songs, you don't call them songs. You call them something else. Huh?
It's a moment. This is a moment, bro. Like this is a moment. This is a time capsule for his career. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, shout out to J Monty. The record is really good. I'm gonna let you go, brother. I'm gonna work some more people in to the stream. Let's see. We got Edify is here. Yeah, that J Monty Free Me record is out. Very, very well done. Edify, you got to turn your camera on, Chief. I don't think Edify here, or he's here, but he's not here. So I'm gonna come back to you. Hi, Hylam, I see you got your hand up, bro. I'm not quite sure what's up. All right. Edify is not here. Oh, there you are. I see you, Edify.
I'm here, bro.
You got your camera off, but you're back. All right. Edify, OK Hip Hop, Jezreel, Good Gucci Dame.
This is long overdue. Edify. Yeah, I'm coming through. If you're not with me, then you hit the snooze. I'm coming with it, like you better move. Stopped all the talking, gave up the excuses. Yeah, clear out the room. I need to focus when I'm in the booth. No Kodiak, but I'm bearing that fruit. Snapping like cannon, I'll picture the view. To the roof, then you watch it all bloom. Piece it together, then fix it with glue. I'm branching out, trying to shoot to the moon. I'm about to blow, better shoot the harpoon. Waves get the crack and you feel the monsoon. Think it's a fable, I'll show you the proof. Sit at the table and turn off the cable. I'm usually stable till chaos ensues. For everybody that been doubting me, never got under my skin like an allergy. You were the ones who were charging my battery, giving me energy without the calories. Punching the clock, I was fighting for guarantees. Went from hourly right up to salary. Thought I was wasting my muscle like atrophy. So I hustled, I was humbled through tragedy. No, I never claimed the streets as a strategy, cause it's a falsehood, not a fallacy. Life steady teaching me like it was faculty. Really a student, I'll learn it all happily. If I'ma do it, I'll do it with family. They got me through all the pain and calamity. Now I'm all good like perfected morality. That's the whole truth like objective reality. Smoke all in the air, I've been feeling some hostility. I'm a man of God, but you acting like a Philistine. I know I'm a saint, but I still deal with evil gripping me. Working on my tendencies, need to let my mental breathe. I've been taking shots, no vaccine. Had a full collision with my dreams. Now the roof off with no backseat. I got clear vision, no visine. When they finally listen, they like me. I'm not superstitious, but I'm in between. Cause I've been down, but they intervene. I don't blame luck, I blame G.O.D. Yahweh. Driving down the interstate, avoiding all the snakes. But this is just a metaphor, I'm moving past the fake. I got places where I need to be, I can't be late. So if you wanna know what's coming soon, gotta save the dates. I'm not married to the game, I'm open to engage. If they gave me proposals, then I'd probably be engaged. If they offer me deals, then I'm reading every page. Cause I won't sign with industry that's keeping people slaves. Smoke all in the air, I've been feeling some hostility. I'm a man of God, but you acting like a Philistine. I know I'm a saint, but I still deal with evil gripping me. Working on my tendencies, need to let my mental breathe.
Yeah, man. Man, Edify out here edifying. I love it, bro. I got nothing for you, man. I just get it to pop on TikTok. You need the audience. That's it.
Yeah, no. TikTok is my next phase, brother. That's been definitely talked about lately. So I plan on doing that very soon and dropping videos consistently.
Dope, man. Yeah, I mess with it, bro. I mess with it a lot. I really like it.
Thank you.
That's probably my favorite thing I've heard from you.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, guys. Speaking of TikTok, I want to send some love to my brother Nick D. This is his record, Snowflakes Fall. Nick D just signed to Universal Republic, member of our Patreon community here. If you guys aren't following him, he's killing it on TikTok.
Whoa, keep it up, Gavin. Go on, honey.
Snowflakes fall. Middle of June, it's pouring, but they gon' melt on my tongue.
Just your average rainbow after the snowflakes fall. Middle of June is pouring, but they gon' melt on my tongue. Big lights, city lights, LA, New York, MIA. I tried to be nice, but that don't pay. Trying to figure out what I'm falling for. Darling, yo, looking for something that you can call it yours. You always want the beef you were calling for. Honestly, all this hot and cold is making the snowflakes fall. Middle of June is pouring, but they gon' melt on my tongue. Just your average rainbow after the snowflakes fall. Middle of June is pouring, but they gon' melt on my tongue. Late nights, really late nights. What a great life, found my fortune. All nights, something going right. Rocking off whites when I can't afford them. That's what we do. Ooh, that's what we do. Throw a cold shoulder while you burning all this money now. Snowflakes fall. Middle of June is pouring, but they gon' melt on my tongue. Just your average rainbow after the snowflakes fall. Middle of June is pouring, but they gon' melt on my tongue.
Nick Donovan, Nick D, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want to hear the whole story, if you're an artist and you haven't seen the latest interview I have with Nick D, you are really playing yourself. I'm just going to say that. We just dropped an interview, him announcing signing to Universal Republic, an incredible deal just for the single Pineapple. And that's on the channel right now. We divulged probably too many details than we should have on the come up story, but it's all out there and you guys can check it out. We got the homie Jezreel.
I've been waiting on him, 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 yeah. I've been waiting on him. I've been waiting on him, cause I've been seeing your pain and I've been praying for you. You did with so much shame, but you was made a warrior. How did you get away? Torment in your brain, it's like it's never over. Mind been just time been to the precious moments. It's like it's stuck in commotion and you live Kenosha. Be vigilant and sober, you know the devil roaring. Spending every waking minute trying to get exposure, but really just causing a drift, distance from Jehovah. The liar's voice enters in, sees in a sore. If you ain't playing it in the truth, then it's mental torture. Gotta crush his voice like, boy, did you know you're royal? Gotta check your motives as long as your steps are ordered. You ain't in emotions if you really try to cope us. I just wanna be transparent as the clearest waters. Almost like a carry wave straight from Sarasota. In other words, carry peace that surpasses knowledge. I don't think got me feeling warm like mid-October in Florida. Let it rain on me, let it boil up. Sure enough, when I speak, I want more of y'all to be heard than your boy does. I remember on a curb I made an altar. That was my beginning and exodus from this culture. Ever since then, I've been waiting on the Lord, yeah.
That's the best thing I've heard from you yet. Well done, bro. You just got to subscribe out of me. I didn't know I wasn't subscribed. This is Jezreel, guys. Yeah, man. Really like it, bro. You need to drop more.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get more consistent. Trying to get more consistent with that. What do you think about the video? Just curious. I kind of just sat up the tripod. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I think this is. This is how you do it when you don't have nobody to hold the camera. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm gonna say next? Like I'm gonna say, great. I would channel that effort into TikTok and IG Reels.
Like all the editing, all of that, like I would be hacking away at how can you get this to be disruptive and cut through on TikTok, because that's where you're gonna find an audience. It's not gonna be on YouTube. So it's good from a transferable skill standpoint. Like you can develop the skill transfer, maybe shoot some videos for some other people. But if we're talking like how does Jezreel build an audience, that energy and that time spent you could have done it on just on your iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I would look at it. But I think it's really good that you walk through all that on your own, and that's also really impressive when folks can just shoot their own videos like that, man. And like I wouldn't have known it was all you had you not told me.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Word up, brother. Appreciate you, man. All right, guys, we're gonna keep this thing moving. Let's see. Big Gucci Dame finally got his name right. Man, just ignoring all sorts of instruction for months at a time, but he finally got it together, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump into this.
Hey, it's Mellow. Walking down to the sunset.
Here we go.
Sun rays all on my skin. Drinking some Capri Suns. I realize that my life goes on and on, on and on. Yeah, it goes on and on, on and on. I realize that my life goes on. I'm proud I told my mama I won. Life goes on and on and on. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. I realize that this life goes on. With all the decisions I want. Yeah. In the back, chewing sunflower seeds, reminiscing of the time where I was young and free. Now I'm old and I sit and see, and then I realize that this life goes on and on and on. Life goes on and on and on. I realize that this life goes on. With all the decisions I want. Yeah. Walking down to the sunset.
Dope, man. You got a lot of range, bro. I like how diverse the style of music is, man. You could do so many different things, bro. So it's super cool. Just kind of hearing the journey. I would say keep creating, and as you're creating, figure out like what are you gonna lead with, and what do you want to hack away with to build an audience, or do you even want to build an audience at this point? Because there's nothing wrong with just experimenting for a season as well. You know what I'm saying?
I still want to kind of do trap stuff, but then like I'm more leaning to like the lo-fi. It's giving me the audience. Like people are knowing me as like doing as like the lo-fi artist or lo-fi melodic, like not melodic, but the lo-fi storytelling stuff. So
where is that happening?
In like Christian rap.
Oh,
like,
got you.
Space like on and like doing lo-fi. So
got it.
And then now I'm getting more like I'm working with artists like the person who's on like Powerful's EP called Scapegoat, whatever. I've collabed on a track with him and stuff like that. That's probably the next song I'll show next week. But so I think that is just having that audience. But I'm just I want to do more stuff. Like I don't want to be just doing one thing at a time. But I remember you said like last year how like you had those early mistakes on your career when you're doing the rap stuff and then you changed and then like you feel like it kind of hurted you. So that's why I always take in mind when I think about that, from last year when you told that story.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the difference with me is that I didn't have an audience. If you could build an audience based on diversity of genres, that changes the conversation. You know what I mean? So like if you're trying to build an audience with a specific sound and then you keep changing and changing and changing, it's going to seem like it's a bait and switch. But if you can build an audience by hacking away on social media and transitioning them into something, I think that's going to be the better option, in my opinion.
I mean, I think Nick D does it well, right? Because sometimes he does melodic, then he does like the rapidy where he's just rapping, and he does, and then he gives it every 2 weeks, so his fans just like now to them it's just like it's a song and not just like, oh, Nick D just does this.
Yep.
So I think
The difference between Nick D is that he blew beyond Christian rap. That's the biggest thing. So it's like you got to think bigger than Christian rap.
That's what I have. So like I try to like on TikTok, I've been trying to post.
Perfect.
I'm trying to get that different artists besides trying to get like just CHH because it's only so far.
How's that going?
It's going it's a little journey. I've been trying to like do like tips and tricks, but
consider if you feel like you've gotten one that hasn't worked, like oh, I feel like this should go viral, but it hasn't. Start a new TikTok and try it again.
Okay, that's what I've been thinking.
You get slayed in the algorithm. If your first 5-6 posts don't work on TikTok, they're gonna turn off the For You page for you. So you might want to restart a whole new. Like, how many TikTok followers are you at?
So for like the one I was just posting, like Christian rap, whatever, it was 1,000, and then I tried a new one, just so it could be like I can get a different audience, and it only has like 30, and I'm on like my 7th post.
Yeah, so abandon that one. That one's done. That one's done. Okay. If you did 7 posts and you got 30 followers, it's just a wrap. Quit.
Okay.
Go back to the one with 1,000. Try it again there, and then maybe consider.
But like the algorithm for me on that one is just the Christian audience. Like I don't think I can try to get that new audience that I want. That's why I might have to create a new one.
You might have to create a new one. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, man. Good job though, brother. I appreciate you, man. I think you're doing a fantastic job. Keep going. Keep going. All right, we got Animo Del Rey in the house. Start at 107.
Put your power on me, put your power on me. Lord Jehovah Nissi, God for my war chief. Put your power on me, put your power on me. Lord Jehovah Nissi, God for my war chief. Praise the God most high. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Stopping my way in, haters scream like a stampede. Power can't contain it, open my heart to receive. Holy Spirit help me be who God made me to be. No more holding back, restoring the order, time to see. Jesus life for me, came back to life for me. Go back to rock for me. Did you catch the motif? Don't believe the concept of Jesus trying to get you. Let go of the perception, break the tower of deception.
But in the mission, but the one to get a deal, this is real. Come and get a meal, souls get sealed. Never chill, never ever chill, never ever chill. Chicka, 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 chill. When I hit him, I give him another reason to see. In another realm, demons keep peeking at me. Blood on my doorpost, give me out your ortho. Or those angels interfere with me. Intercede for me, please, that I speak with the E. That my G's can receive, don't sleep on the Z's. People scream, God over everything. If you don't agree, then agree to disagree. Plug a plastic, 6 books, hit them with files, underestimated, turn the reader by. What is that about? Every new about, make a raise a brow. What you think about? Young line with the crowd. Put your power on me, put your power on.
All right. And Nemo, thank you for your submission, brother. What are we hoping to accomplish here? Like, do you want feedback? What's the objective? Talk to me.
Yeah, I definitely love to get your feedback as always.
Are you going to apply the feedback?
Huh?
Are you going to apply the feedback? And how honest can I give you feedback?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like you threw this together, bro, and you did not give it much thought. From the mixing to the chicka chicka chill, chicka chicka chill, like you said the same word several times. And this sounded very thrown together. I was actually fairly impressed with your wife singing and her cadence. I didn't know she could rap that well. But I think this sounded from the recording to the writing to the mixing. Let's just throw some stuff on the wall and see what sticks. And I think you have way more in you than that. Like, I know you can do better. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think you got this isn't even a rough draft. Like, this is like, okay, I laid this down, now I got to rewrite it and re-record it, in my opinion. So I would really reevaluate like how and what's happening with some of this stuff. I think I just think you got to be more deliberate, man. I think you got to be more deliberate. Like, the delivery was very sloppy. Some of the writing was not very intentional. And the mixing, it just doesn't sound like you put much effort into it. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes when you're starting out and like you're just having fun and you're experimenting, it's like you and the wifey on a record. Like, that's cool. Like, just have fun with it. But like, you put this out publicly through DistroKid, you know? So that's the part where like, it's quality and quantity, man. You got the quantity, but the quality got to come up, bro. Like, the quality got to, because you're going to get slayed in these algorithms if you keep putting out stuff that isn't finished. You know, it's just like TikTok. Like if you go on TikTok and your first 6 posts don't do well, you're gonna get slayed in the Spotify algorithm. Like they're gonna see the skip rates. They're gonna see people not listening. They're gonna see people not liking when stuff gets pre-added, and that could stay with you, man. So like you got to really stop and consider everything you're doing, because you can't, you know, every song, every bar, every recording, every mix, everything matters when you're putting it out. If you were just sending me this as like, yo, this is a rough draft, what do you think? Totally different. Your wife, I think, did a good job on this. I think her singing was much better on this. Her rapping was decent. Like her rapping was cool. But that would be my overall feedback, man. Is I don't know. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you, bro. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like you have it in you. And I don't know if it's just because you're busy or what's going on, but sometimes you really are thoughtful, and other times it's just like, we're just gonna throw something out just to say we threw something out. And I really say you don't do that. Like, don't just throw something out to throw something out. Like, yeah, I would just say don't do that. I say you really got to come with it and pour your heart into these things.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate that, man. That's cool. You know, just regarding anything, you know, usually you like double time sound. So in this case, you're saying just be more considerate of like riding the beat, right?
I think it was a good attempt at a double time, but do you think your double time was clean?
The delivery?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like it was a good attempt, but this is like draft one. This is like draft one, come back in a day or two when you're fresh, rewrite it, come back in a day or two, rewrite it again. I'm just saying, like I don't know how much those of us that are developing, and myself included, I rewrite stuff all the time, bro. I re-record stuff all the time. And I don't know how much, like, how many times did you re-record this? How many times did you rewrite this?
Yeah.
This is the first thing you lay down, right? This is like, you didn't spend a week working on that verse. You just kind of laid it. So I'm telling you, if this is what Kendrick and J. Cole are doing at the top of their game, if this is what Lecrae is doing at the top of his game, do you think that maybe you should spend a week on a verse, you know, and take more time on stuff?
Yeah.
I think you owe yourself that.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I appreciate you submitting, brother. Yeah, I would
appreciate it, man.
Like, just I would rewrite and re-record this. I would rewrite and re-record this, remix it down. If you like it that much, where you're like, yo, this is the first time my wife is rapping on a record, then I would do that. If not, then just move on. You know, I wouldn't leave this up though. I'm keeping it 100%. I would not leave this up. I would take this down.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right, guys, we're gonna keep this thing moving. We got who else we got? John. Is John here? John McClary. What's up, John?
Hey, how's it going?
What up? All right, here we go.
Just started, so first thing ever.
All right. 30 seconds? Wait. Oh, no, this is only 30 seconds. Wow. Only 30
yeah,
seconds.
it's first thing I've ever made, so yeah.
All right. What is the goal, John? What are we trying to do here?
Well, I would like to publish music and be a well-known artist, or at least make some sort of income combined with other things. But yeah, I just started this week, and
what's the genre?
Just wanted to,
what's the genre? Are you trying to make hip hop music, production, EDM?
I love so many different genres. I would want to be multi-genre and just do a lot of genre bending, hip hop included. So working on building my online following right now while I start practicing and making demos. So I have someone to show things to once I actually up my game.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, John, you're
so
ground.
mainly
You're ground level, man. This is like the infancy, like the very beginning.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think through of like
Baby.
what's some advice I would give someone that's just getting started. What software are you on? Let's talk about your software.
Ableton Live 10.
Great. How much access do you have to good tutorials on Ableton Live 10? Are you watching YouTube and incorporating tutorials and that whole thing?
Yeah, I basically learned how to make that on YouTube. So every time I don't know how to do something, it's just YouTube.
Perfect.
And online forums until I figure it out.
Awesome. So a quick hack that I would say with some of this stuff is utilizing loops when you're getting started and to add textures. So Splice, I think, will be a great resource for you to develop your drums. It's a subscription-based service where you can get all kinds of different drum sounds, loop sounds. I think it's like $10 a month, something very inexpensively. And I would start going and finding great loops on Splice and recreating them drum-wise so that you understand the mechanics of what makes a good drum sequence. That would be my advice, is like, because there's a lot in groove and bounce in the drums as a producer. And I would start there. I would just start hopping on Splice, grabbing some loops of drum sounds from like credible established producers and recreate them and meticulously understand what goes into making this good. Why is this drum break good? And then keep doing everything you're doing with Ableton Live, watching tutorials, understanding if you can understand the basics of theory. The best way to start is really to emulate. Like, the best way to start is to recreate. You know, what I used to do is I would take a Kendrick song and I would take a Kendrick song and I would remake the whole thing. I would rewrite the entire song using his exact cadences, like to the syllable. But I would change the words, obviously, right? And then, like, if I couldn't figure out how's he able to hit these double time cadences, I like how this sounds, but I can't do it. What is he doing? And I would literally drop in his song, drop in my song, and recreate it, the whole thing. And it was very helpful. And then, you know, I did this about 10 years ago. And before this, I would do, back in, in the 90s, I would rewrite Snoop Dogg songs as a kid. And just to understand the rhythm and the bounce. And so I think I would start recreating some of your favorite beats, recreating some of your songs, your favorite songs, and you'd be shocked how much you learn by just emulating at first. And then you take those pieces and you build on top of those.
All right. Cool. Thanks so much. Everything you said all night has been great. So thank you. Appreciate
you, John. Thank you for submitting, brother. I'm looking forward to watch you develop, man. It's gonna be good. Just keep at it, bro. It's compounded results. It's little commitments every single day that in a couple years then compound. And so as long as you do something creative every day that's deliberate, over time you will get to a place where you're proficient at it. But you got to immerse yourself in it. You got to make it a priority, which it sounds like you're willing to do. Maddie on the Mix said to hit him up. Maddie on the Mix is very useful, resourceful in the community. So he said hit him up. He might be able to help you out as well. All right, guys, we're going to keep this thing moving. Okay. We got Alcott. Alcott is not here, so we're going to come back to him. But we got Ryan Cole. Okay, he uses Ableton. Very cool. Very cool. All right, Ryan Cole.
What's going on?
What's up, brother? All right, so fast forward this. My part starts at the 35-second mark. Perfect.
Yeah. And every time that I fall, could've spent the time scheming, not getting involved. Spending more than I should just to prove to myself that I got it. Now I got a bag and a dream, chasing what I can't see, emptying the wind, still capping while I'm still laughing, feeling like every other boat got a real captain. Sick of the shame, yeah, sick of the same. Yeah, sick of the skin I wear, being good for the sky and the place I hide. We try hard, we try hard. I try hard, I try. I hit the ground every time you're around. What can compare to you?
What is that? Is that you? Who is that?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
We try hard, I try hard, I try. I hit the ground every time you're around. What can compare to you? I see my castles the sand hit the ground. Send me away from me. I hit the ground every time you're around. What can compare to you? I see my castles the sand hit the ground. Send me away from me.
Yo, very, very well done. And you're producing all this stuff as well, Ryan?
Mixed and mastered as well.
Very cool, bro. Okay, so I like
For the sky and the place I hide. We try hard, we try hard, I try. Prove to myself that I got it. And every time that I fall, could've spent the time screaming, not getting involved.
Okay, so first impression is one, I really, really, really like it. Two, I like the use of negative space. This is seldom utilized enough, and especially in hip hop music, is the way you got these parts that cut out.
Spending more than I should just to prove to myself that I got it. Now I got it back in a dream.
So that is really cool. Now the thing that I would do a slightly different on the rap vocal, only on the rap vocal, and shout out to Mr. DJ Q pointed it out. The rap vocal feels really loud, and it's not because it's necessarily loud, it's because of how many layers and how spread out it is. So when stuff is spread out, it's going to feel bigger because we're creating a wider sound, not necessarily a louder sound. So if you're looking at your master vocal aux, it's gonna look at the same volume as when that singing comes in, but because there's 3 layers and octaves and it's super spread out, it just feels louder. So I would say I wouldn't pan all of this as much personally.
Chasing what I can't see, emptying the.
I think they're hearing this on mono, so forgive me, guys. You guys probably aren't hearing the same thing that me and Ryan are hearing.
Still capping while I'm still laughing, feeling like every other.
So one, I would say it doesn't need to be that drastically spread out. I mean, it literally sounds like you got the right on 60, the left on 70, and then there's a mono vocal.
I had these speakers in a weird setup. They were like super far apart, so I'm literally like listening to the vocal go across the screen, bro.
So I would bring both in a little bit more center, and then I would pull some of the spread out stuff just a tad bit, but more importantly is I would also frame by frame, bar for bar, make sure everything is perfectly aligned so that it all sounds crisp, because you could hear some of these imperfections where like the vocal on the right is slightly ahead of the vocal on the left, and it just creates this like kind of dissonance in the take, and it doesn't make it as clean. So there's a program you can get called Vocal Line. Which software are you on?
I use Logic Pro.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure Logic Pro can work with Vocal Line, and it basically like you take your lead vocal and then you use that as a reference, and then your stacks would perfectly line up with your lead vocal. So everything is super duper crisp. They use it for movies. It's called Vocal Line, and it works inside of your DAW, but then there's also another one called like Revoice Pro. That's like a pitch corrector. So I would try something like that if you don't want to manually like cut and smudge and cut and smudge and cut and smudge.
Logic's like the worst for that too. Like,
so try Vocal Line, bro, because if you want to go down this lane of like stacking vocals like this, I think you need something that'll help you glue the vocals together really fast. And Vocal Line might be, and I think it's like $100 program or $200 program, something like that. So So that would be my recommendation on the rap part. The singing part and the production is nuts, man. I really like it. I would like to hear the kick a little louder. Like it's a very like the highs and the mids are very bright on this. I would have loved to hear like some low end around 40 to 60 hertz, just to give me more of that knock, you know. Yeah, that would really be it, bro. It's like just get that vocal nice and tight and less loud and less spread out, and then maybe just push the kick up a little bit and turn the entire instrumental down, push the kick and snare up just a hair, and boost maybe 40 to 60 in the kick, just to give it some more grit. And that would really be my only feedback. This is really good though, Ryan, for you doing everything is very impressive. Your use of negative space, your falsetto vocal is incredible. I think you did a killer job on this.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Great job, brother. All right, guys. Aaron Banca, my man Aaron Banca, my fellow sneakerhead enthusiast is here. This is the brother I talk shoes with all the time. Aaron, your internet kind of seems a little sketchy. I don't know if you could hear me, but bro, I played myself this week, man. I almost snagged a pair of the original OG 96 taxis, the Jordan 12 taxis. They were on sale on StockX for $200.
Wow.
Excuse me, $300. Excuse me, $300.
Okay. Yeah.
And I didn't pull the trigger on them because I wasn't sure how many wears I can get out of them. And while I was verifying with my restoration guy if he can re-glue them, because older sneakers, some of you guys don't know, those of you guys that care, older sneakers fall apart because the glue over time degrades. So I was verifying, and then by the time he verified that he could re-glue them and fix them if I need them fixed, I checked today, after I got off the phone with him, checked today on StockX. Damn, Jones was $800, bro.
Wow.
So you go to StockX right now, Jordan Taxi, original Jordan Taxi, original Jordan Taxi, 1996, 9.5, size 9.5. Them joints is $800. Last sale was at I think $300 or $350 or something like that, bro. So,
but StockX is dead stock, right? So I mean, I get the old glue, but it's still dead stock. So it would have, been worth it.
Yeah. So when I talked to him, he was like, "Bro, you scoop them up. Like we'll figure it out. Like we can figure out how to restore them if they need to be restored." But he's like, "That's a killer price, bro." And I'm looking at them now, man. So look, last sale was $346. Current lowest ask is $800. I'm not spending $800 on those shoes from the 90s. But yeah, man. So now I'm just waiting till they come back on the market to see. But yeah, they're dead stock. StockX is dead stock.
Did you get the other ones, the gray 12s that you were talking about?
My PSNYs, my PSNYs came in. I haven't worn them yet. I'll probably wear them at Flavor Fest or something, some event, Summerfest, something, But yeah, those came in. Those came in. I'm excited. Yeah. So I got those. I got the Last Shot 14s. I haven't worn those yet. So those are just, everything is just sitting there, just waiting. And yeah, man. So blew it, bro. Blew it. Could have had some OG Jordan 12 taxis for $300. I played myself. But anyway, all right, guys. Let's get this thing. This is my brother Aaron Banca. Just a draft of a fun song I'm trying to make. Here we go.
Nice to meet you, señorita, can we go? I like your features, bonita, can we go? Nice to meet you, señorita, can we go out? I like your features, bonita, can we go out? Heavenly ice, send me to the skies, feet out the ground, it was love in disguise. I'm at overdose, I need your honey, like your Cheerios. Looking this good, you gotta pay fine. Let me take you out so we can go dine. Let's grow together, it's like fine wine. I got an ice out so we can freeze time. I just wanna spend every single day with you. Can we go for a dance so you can get the clue? I just wanna see what the night does to you. Do you still shine bright? Cause if you do, let me talk to you. Nice to meet you, señorita, can we go? I like your features, bonita, can we go? Nice to meet you, señorita, can we go? I like your features, bonita, can we go? She got eyes like Chanel, moon like Rihanna, lips like Selena, voice like Ariana. Eyes like Chanel, moves like Rihanna, lips like Selena, voice like Ariana. So let's hurry up, we can't waste time. Flipping a coin, sell a dime. I wanna know your name, little mama. Can we go ahead and skip all the drama? Go to the mountains out in Nevada, maybe a trip down to the Bahamas. Let's play the game, not sim it. Can we work out, can we live it? Live it like shine, not dim it. One of a kind, you different. Ay, say the word and I'm on my way. No speed limits when on the highway. Just see you miss my whole days. Doesn't matter if it's your place or my space. Siento, can you call me Papi? Girl, without you, we're also like Cardi. You the life of the party, don't need nobody. Clyde, you the bunny, day and night Cuddy. But you little bunny, sweet and so lovely. Got me in the closet, I'm so lucky. So I gotta fight like I'm Creed. Girl, you're a whole different breed. Yes, you match what I need. Slow it down, catch the beat. Nice to meet you, señorita, can we go? I like your features, bonita, can we go? Nice to meet you, señorita, can we go? I like your features, bonita, can we go? Yeah. She got eyes like Chanel.
Yo, man, I like it, bro. I like you willing to take these risks. I like the just you stretching yourself.
Yeah,
I think this is well written. It's a fun record. I would say my only real feedback on this is just make sure that when you're tracking these, you got the click on, so that when you slide off beat, that you can hear it more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you kind of because of how intricate this production is with the drops and the cutouts of the drums and all that kind of stuff, that click mad loud in your headphones is gonna keep you in pocket. You know what I mean? So that would be my advice to you, bro. Is just keep that click on while you're tracking.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. What'd you think about the chorus real quick when I went to the Isaac and
the octave up?
You think that was fine?
The octave up? What are we talking about? I think it's a vibe. I like it.
Just like, okay, it's a vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's a well-written chorus.
Was it a bit awkward? I'm sorry, one more time?
I think it's a well-written chorus. Your internet's really bad, so I'm going to let you go, but I think it's a really well-written chorus.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. All right, guys. OK Hip Hop is here, and then right after OK Hip Hop, we got the homie I Am Rescued. OK Hip Hop, what's up, brother? Talk to me.
What's good? What's good? You can hear me?
Oh snap! Oh snap! We got the Twitch. You know what I'm saying? You got the Twitch situation with the double mic. We double micing? Who needs the double mask when you can double mic?
Oh no, this isn't on. I got it on my thing right.
What's up, man? How you been?
I'm good. Everything's good.
How's the YouTube?
It's going great. 2,600 watch hours, 3,700 subscribers. I'm almost there.
Almost monetized. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, I'm gonna jump into this.
I want no gang, son of no thing, go to no bomb. Back up some cake, just sick with no gang, sick with no gun.
Is that you mumbling?
Yeah. That's my process when I'm rapping,
hard.
when I'm making beats.
You need to leave those in when you send them to rappers.
Oh, okay.
That could be really helpful. Like send them a version if they like the beat. So I got this little scat, and that could really help out a rapper that's trying to find their cadence and that could be really helpful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you're also helping with the songwriting process.
Right.
So just wanted to point that out. We'll jump back in.
What's good, everybody? This is OK Hip Hop. Just gonna get right into it. I got a new melody that I just had to turn on the camera for. Let's just get into it.
There's videos like this make me just want to sit around and make beats all day, man. This is hard. Come on. How do your drums sound that good? This is sorcery, I tell you.
I think I want to do a different 808.
Ooh. Come on. Gosh, man. Hey, you gonna have to lay a verse to one of these and stop playing, bro. This fool know how to rap. He try to pose as a producer and a streamer. Cut it out.
Feeling like I'm sick of the game, I'm sick of the gun. But I don't understand. Being a single game. But I'm bad. I don't know, make on the lane.
Come on, okay, hip hop.
I'm sick of the game.
Every this man's like an onion, bro. Every week I learn something new about this dude. He like the
I feel
he
like
like the
there's,
producer
like
internet
one
version
more
of the world's
sound
the
I
most
can
interesting
add,
man.
Maybe like some kind of like.
What? Yo, from one perspective, this kind of stuff makes me like really want to sit around and make beats all day. And then from a totally polar opposite perspective, this makes me want to quit and just hire OK Hip Hop to make all my beats. It's the weirdest combination of emotions watching you work, bro.
Thank you, man.
Now I don't know about this. I don't like it anymore. Just take it out. Let me know.
That's dope.
Let me know in the comments. Am I bugging? Should I have left that in there? I'm taking it out. I don't like it anymore. I got it. I want to keep it simple. Would you have kept it, or would you have removed it too?
That's like a bridge, outro bridge.
All right. I think this is pretty much done. I just gotta mix it now. I did blue last time. Let's do green.
Hey man, beautifully done, bro. Did you how did you put this video together? Was this all one thing? Did you do this as a stream and chop it down? Like what was the process?
So I have two cameras. Like I had my Sony ZV-1, that was the outside shot, so you could see me playing. Okay. And then I got a AverMedia webcam. It was really high-end webcam. That's how I got the shot with me in FL Studio with the circle.
Yep.
And you know, I record everything through OBS.
Beautiful.
And you know, I sync the shots, you know, so that, you know, it's just all one fluid thing, and I edit it down, chop it down.
Well done, man. Well done. I really feel like if you can get this, if you can do a live stream, then chop it down from a live stream inside of YouTube, I feel like that could be something really special, because what you could do is you could take people along on a journey with you who are like your notification gang people, and they're there for the live stream. And then those same people will promote it, but then it'll be like, yo, watch this before it gets trimmed down. And then you literally go into the YouTube editor and take I don't know how long, it takes you an hour to make a beat, 2 hours? How long does it take you to make a beat?
Yeah, like a half hour, 45 minutes.
So you take a 45-minute stream and then you chop it down to a 4-minute video. So then it creates this urgency for your audience that really care to watch the process. Excuse me. And then the folks who maybe don't want to do that can just see the actual creative You know what I'm saying? Like just see the punchy 4-minute video. So I would experiment with that so that you don't have to pick one or the other. It's not like, oh, right now I'm sitting down to make a beat video, or right now I'm sitting down to do a live stream. It's I'm sitting down to do a live stream that once I'm done with it is going to get chopped into a dope punchy video.
Right. I had somebody gave me the idea that like I sent one of those videos out and they responded saying, hey, I would love to see the full process. So I just had the whole OBS screenshot, like the whole 40 minutes, and I just uploaded that. And they were like, oh, this was really helpful because I got to see literally every little thing that you've done. And granted, it doesn't get as many views because it's 45 minutes, you know, and it's a whole video.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like,
bro, you could do that. See, that's a whole nother thing. You can start a producer community of people that want to learn to produce, and they could be members through a Patreon or something similar, and they get those full unedited videos, and then you chop the actual live stream down to a 4 or 5 minute punchy video. If y'all want to see the full video, it's on Patreon or become a channel member. So you could do it either way. You could reverse engineer it.
How do you put things on Patreon without it being on YouTube? Like, how do you make that exclusive?
You just make it an unlisted video.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. It's nothing crazy. I mean, you could throw it on Vimeo, but that's just an extra step. I would just unlist it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. And then anybody who clicks the link from Patreon, they're the only ones that can see it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly, man. But yeah, bro, well done, man. I think you have a very bright future ahead of you as a producer, content creator. It's like you've mastered production, so now you could literally just skill stack and just pivot over and do content around the production, build an audience around your brand as OK Hip Hop, the producer. It's going to help you move more beats, sell more beat kits, you know, build a producer community if you want to do that, you know. Because I think there's you just got to think of all the different ways to monetize that you can possibly monetize, and there's a lot.
Right.
So yeah, man, killer job, bro. I mess with it.
Thank you.
OK Hip Hop.
Appreciate it.
I am rescued live in the flesh. Let's get it.
Wrong one, bro. It's the wrong track.
Wrong track. You resent it?
Did I send you the wrong link?
You gave me the wrong link, friend.
I was actually just on there to say thank you for the iPhone, and then I was like,
are you on the iPhone right now? Because it don't look like it.
No, it's here. On PC.
That's the community sponsored iPhone, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all made this happen for my brother. I am rescued. You gotta use the iPhone for the stream so you look cleaner, man.
Yeah, I wanted to, but then I felt like maybe nobody would believe that I actually have my.
I think we'd instantly see the quality difference and believe you, bro. All right, you're gonna reset the link?
Yeah, I'm dropping it now.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, and then we'll jump right into it.
I know.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
A frequently asked question I get from creators of all kinds, rappers, singers, producers, TikTokers, preachers, pastors, is how do I find my niche? How do I find my voice? And I would say it's an intersection of a few things. What are you passionate about? What are you good at? And what opportunities are there in the marketplace right now? So the things that actually got me to grow the most were the things, believe it or not, I didn't want to talk about on my YouTube channel. Specifically, going deeper in my faith, talking about social issues and talking about political issues. I didn't want to talk about it, but as I reflected and I started making more of that kind of content, I discovered, wow, I'm actually passionate about this stuff. Not a lot of people are talking about the nuance in these issues, and I'm actually pretty good at it, and there's a need for it in the marketplace. So how do you find your your voice, find your niche. Maybe it's an intersection of something. Maybe you're freaking hilarious and you're super duper funny and you got this wit about you and this charm about you. And so, hey, maybe you tell Bible stories, but with your spin on it in terms of adding your personality and your flavor on it. Obviously not changing the Bible stories. We're gonna let the Bible preach the Bible itself, but infusing your personality and your strengths, skill stacking different abilities you have on top of each other. A funny songwriter, maybe humor is your thing, or maybe you're a gamer that plays video games and freestyles. That is how I would be thinking about what are some things that you're good at, what are some things that you're passionate about, and what are some areas of opportunity in the marketplace right now. If you found that last segment helpful, before we jump back into the stream, I want to tell you about a free resource I put together for you on how I learned to find my voice in the YouTube space and how to find your niche. So that is above in the cards or down below in the description. Sign up for it now, completely free training.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with I Am Rescued. I think he sent the proper link over. If you're watching this live, give it a thumbs up for your guy, for the community. Where is it? Where'd you send it? Where's the link? Oh, you just edited the original post. Okay. I think that's what you did. City of Gold outro?
Yep. Guy my pen, I don't follow trends. Clean heart, keep my soul into the end. Fame and fortune, you could have a portion. You could have a slice, but that's not really important. Time is really precious, double speed Tetris. Heaven is my home, angel chorus at the entrance. Holy fire cleansing, purify my soul, I don't pray for blessings. Angel choruses, heaven is my home, yes of course it is. Yes of course it is. Heaven is my home, angel choruses. Yes of course it is. Yes of course it is. Yes of course it is. Heaven is my home, angel choruses.
I love it, bro. I think I would have loved to hear you rap on it a bit more, but other than that, I think it's nuts. I think it's very well done. I think I just need them. I Am Rescued bars, man. I'm gonna play something else off the SoundCloud. What should I play for the people? I Am Rescued.
I don't know. Maybe mango sorbet.
Mango sherbet.
Rotation, what I need, 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 rotation. He sent his son to break body for Judas. 365 opportunities to be foolish. I got one scoop with 10 million flavors. The flow is ice cold, you could put it between a wafer. Ain't no place you could run, this whole industry sus. Big names and big chains, ain't no one you could trust. Don't fake it, don't chase it. You got one life, homie, why would you waste it? Don't jump, no. Rotation, what I need, 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 rotation, what I need. Yeshua coming anytime. Gotta keep my focus on the prize. In jail, I holler when I write. I used to pray that I'll make it. Take mama on vacation. Now my treasure's in heaven. No, I don't need to be famous. My body is a rental. Oh, sorry, it's a temple. Don't fake it, don't chase it. You got one life, homie, why would you waste it? Rotation, what I need, 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 rotation.
Yeah, man. Iron Rescue, ladies and gentlemen. Very well done, brother. Rotation is what I need as well, man. Incredible. Glad you got the iPhone. Maybe now you'll shoot me a text sometimes.
Yeah, I'll send you a text, man. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at communication.
Clearly.
Improving.
How much longer you got? How much longer you got in school?
So I'm done. I'm done with med school. I finished 2 years ago.
No, well, I'm sorry, I meant residency because I thought residency was like a continuation of that.
Oh, I'm done in like a month.
Hey.
Or less than a month. And then the dilemma is just what to do from there. I had a conversation with Thomas Terry from Humble Beast. He humbled my perspective very quickly. He basically told me like, well, I mean, he had a conversation with me in terms of like, what do your numbers look like? What is your income currently for music? And then he gave me some insight just in terms of like what it's like for Antoine. And then I was like, yeah, I need to get those numbers up. So that's the goal currently.
Get the numbers up.
Yeah, the numbers, the monthly listeners, the followers, in order to make, I guess, music more sustainable in terms of like streams and stuff. And then he was like, once you do that, then you can think about transitioning over from doing your full-time career and then.
Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah.
I mean, you're at 70,000 monthly listeners. That's great, but I think he's right in terms of what it would require to, generate a full-time living. It's gonna require, more than that. But here's the kicker, though, is you don't need to just do streaming. You don't need to rely just on streaming. There's all kinds of ways to monetize. So I think that is where a lot of artists get caught up, is like, I'm just gonna do streaming. And yes, when you just are looking at streaming math, well, then you got to get 1 million streams a month to make a living, right? But if you have
100%.
But if you put together a project, give people the project early in exchange for them buying it, there's all kinds of ways you could finesse it to get you to whatever that goal is, like whatever you need to make off of music. So it doesn't just have to be streaming. That's the trap most people buy into, is they think I can just be a streamer, streaming artist. But there's 5 other ways you can monetize that. Once you start monetizing, it'll release some of the tension and the pressure from needing to depend on other revenue streams, and then you can also build your streams up, And so yeah, man. So don't be too discouraged, because you do have depth with an audience. Like, there are people that like legitimately care about I Am Rescued, the artist, and if they were to get an album that's only available to them for, I don't know, if we could get a record that was only available to us a month before it came on streaming platforms with some bonus content, some songs that nobody will ever hear, and I had to pay $20 for that, like, I would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do that if you could package it in a way that I could stream it. And so then you start doing the math. Okay, so how many of those would you need to sell, plus your streaming revenue, for it to make sense financially? And what else can you supplement? Can you do a merch through Teespring, right? Because you're overseas, it's going to be difficult for you to fulfill it. What can you do? Merch drops every quarter or every month, a new T-shirt, and maybe automate it and you eat the margins, but a couple, 50 people, 60 people are going to buy the merchandising. So I think the issue, I would say, is not your audience, bro. I think the issue is what is the bottom of funnel? Like the top of funnel is fine. 70,000 monthly listeners, 10,000 Spotify followers. That's fine. But if your consumer is not used to paying for your art, if your consumer is not used to doing a transaction with you in some way, shape, or form, you don't ever train them to do that, and then they're just entitled to always stream your music. Well, why would I pay for it? I pay $10 a month for Spotify. Why would I buy your album? If you develop that type of audience, well, then yes, it's going to be very difficult to bring that audience over. But if you build an audience that's willing to spend $100, $200, $300 a year with you, I think that's when the game changes. And then you start just doing the math. Well, if you have 100 people that spend $300 a year with you, that's $30,000 US. If you have 1,000 people that spend $100 a year with you, that's $100,000. So it's that same old thing. You only need 1,000 super fans. If you can get 1,000 super fans, you're good. The issue is too many of us are. It's the same thing with YouTube, man. YouTube, Spotify, they make the experience just as addictive for the creator as they make it for the person consuming the content. So as a YouTuber, I'm addicted to creating in the algorithm as much as the consumer is to consuming on YouTube. That's problematic for building an actual business, a media business. So yeah, man. And again, I know once you wrap up with your residency, you'll just have more capacity to think through this stuff. You know what I mean? And to try different stuff. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up too much. I think you're right where you're supposed to be, bro. I think God has you exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're honoring Him and being faithful. It's not about being successful. It's about being faithful, right? Like we could talk about money and revenue and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, are you being faithful to what God has in front of you right now? That's the only question. And you are in residency. You are arguably doing one of the hardest things anyone can ever do for a career path, and making fire music along the way. I think you're right where you're supposed to be. I think you're being faithful. And there's folks here that got families and wives and kids, and you're looking at music and you're looking at this career and you're like, yo, I want to do this, but back up. It's not about being successful. Are you being faithful to what God has in front of you right now? And if you're being faithful, I think we're gonna be held accountable for being faithful, not for being successful. It's not about the amount of money you make. It's not about the number of followers you have. Is were you faithful with what God gave you in the season? And I think you're the freaking poster child for that, bro. So don't be too hard on yourself. And then if the goal is, okay, I want to make, let's just say $100,000 a year off of your art, right, or whatever that number is to justify it, then we reverse engineer that. Because you have the music. The music is there. The most important thing for you is already there. Then it's how do we diversify those revenue streams? Okay, so you need 4 to 5 revenue streams to all generate you $20,000 to $30,000 a year. Okay, so Spotify, Apple Music, okay, iTunes, that's one. Okay, how about Patreon? How about merchandise? How about your own digital products? And then when you start reverse engineering it that way, you can do 20,000 off Spotify, 20,000 off Patreon, 20,000 off digital products, right? And then you look up and it's like 4 or 5 years from now, you're making $100,000 a year off of your art. It's great, So that's how I would look at it, man.
Yeah, 100% agree. Some really awesome advice, Ruslan. The biggest challenge for me during this entire period of the last 2 years was just time, because most of it is spent. When I get home, I'm exhausted, so usually I'll just sleep. Or then if I did some ludicrous stuff, instead of taking out the time to rest and recuperate, because the hours that we work are a little bit ludicrous. Cause I can do like 36-hour shifts, come home, sleep for like 4 hours. I know MoFlo sent me something to record to, and then I'll record to that, and then I'll take a little bit of time for myself, and then obviously for like friends, family, and then obviously for God. And it becomes a bit taxing because I'm trying to balance all of that, and then still responding to like social media, still trying to watch the Ruslan gems and trying to see what I can do in terms of, you know, monetization. It's a bit much. So somebody was telling me I just needed a little bit of time to be able to sit down and like plan and, you know, really figure out, you know, how to get other streams of revenue going, which is what you're saying. But it's been really tough. So I've only focused on just putting out music, generating, you know, a following, a fan base, and then taking it from there. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, bro. You know, just be easy on yourself, bro. You're a high 100%. Output, high performer, very excellent at what you put your hand to. So be gracious and merciful on yourself. And I would also say, if you look at the word priorities, many people don't know this, but the word priorities wasn't made plural until about 400 or 500 years ago, meaning it only became priorities recently. Prior to our Western American context, the word was just priority. So you are being faithful to the priority of the season that you're in. When you start saying priorities, that's when it all gets overwhelming, bro. Because now you're talking about, I'm trying to monetize, I'm trying to make art, I'm trying to be with family, I'm trying to finish residency, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. It's like, hey, man, what's the priority in this season? The priority is your relationship with God. The priority is your mental and physical health. The priority is you finishing residency. You know what I mean? And I think you're again, bro, just be encouraged, man. You're right where you're supposed to be, bro. You're right where you're supposed to be.
Appreciate you, Ruslan. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. All right, guys, we're going to keep this thing moving. My brother Conscious Hip Hop just hopped in the stream, and then I'm coming right back to you, Christian. Wait, I thought, oh, there he is. Conscious was earlier in the drop. He was out on a date night, but he's here now, ladies and gentlemen.
I can be caught up in the beer, playing okay. This is our time of day. We ain't got no time to waste. You stuck in my mind like clay. Got one side all week. Got outside that I paid. Back to the vomit I ate. Foundation with chipping like paint. Then I got back with the Saints. Yeah, now my foundation is taint, and I only got gold today. Yeah, like a candlelight. Got us all standing bright. Yeah, we looking like chandeliers, and knocking and playing this life. Yeah, you got this grand plan, and knocking and playing it right. I need a praise break. Thank you, God. I'ma lift my hope high. Yeah, all that I had in the fire. Yeah, too close, but it ain't me a diamond. New scope to slay my giants. I'm just testifying. Me and my wife keep climbing. I love that don't come with the bondage. I love it keep chasing this timeless. Yeah, got me caught up in the bed. Ain't playing okay. This is our time of day. I know I'm a lot okay. Love that God is so crazy. Infinity.
You know what I love, bro.
Yeah. Conscious Hip Hop. What's up, bro? That was great, man. I've been missing your drops,
see you, dude.
man. It's good to see you as well, bro. How's everything?
Good, man. Very good.
We got to get up, man, once things are back to normal. Are you thinking about coming to any of the events coming up?
Yeah, careful planning, but I can. Are you talking about like the festivals and stuff?
Yeah. Summerfest, Flavorfest.
Yeah, Summerfest is definitely a possibility.
Okay.
But I'm in a crazy planning schedule right now. But yes, I will be at least one of them.
Okay. Let me know. It'd be dope to hang out. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Summerfest 2020, God's House Hip Hop, September 17th, 18th. Out here in Los Angeles, myself, Brian Trejo, gosh, there's so many people on that lineup. Derek Minor, D1, Wande, Angie Rose, Bizzle. So that's happening in Los Angeles. And then, so if you're on the West Coast, that's going to be dope. And then on the East Coast, we're doing Flavor Fest October 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th over in Tampa, Florida at Crossover Church. Super dope, man. So hopefully some of you guys can make it. Conscious is over here in Arizona, so that's why I was asking him, because I think he would be.
There's a small window where I have a free ticket right now, so it's possible that I could use that for the East Coast trip and then just drive the West Coast event.
Oh, that'd be dope. If you, if you can make both.
Because I want to go see. I'm gonna make like a run later in the year to go see Bart.
Hey, Bartholomew Jones. Bart ain't submitted nothing in a while. That's what's up, man. Word up, brother. Well, yeah, man. I can't wait to see you again in person, bro.
Yeah, man. Miss you too, bro. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. We're gonna wrap up here pretty soon. We got a few more submissions. Next up, we got Christian Turner. This is just a rough draft. I got to take my part down just so my friend could get his verse done. Hit a couple rough notes. I'm gonna redo my part. Okay.
Your love cut, your love cut, your love cut, it was ruthless. I passed out, look, why do this? Why do this? These demons, they screaming, my attention, they fiending, trying to make me feel needed. They on my side, they creeping, trying to tear me apart, trying to put me down, but I'm lifted up, faith I'm keeping, put my heart on the floor, it's leaking. You're my strength when I'm at my weakest. Your love cover me up, speechless, Lord. I'm speechless, oh, I'm speechless, Lord. I'm speechless, Lord. Oh, I'm speechless. I'm speechless, Lord. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Your love, the God, it was ruthless. My past, I look, why do this? I was young, I was dumb, I was stupid. Thought I gave you everything, I'm fooling. Looking in the mirror, what I'm doing. Thinking I'm running, but really I'm losing. My side was changed to his eyes. I see the flaws in my life. My sin was brought to the light. I'm seeing over Satan's life. Now listening to one more time. Listening to one more time. Oh, God. These demons, they screaming. My attention, they fiending. Trying to make me feel needed. They on my side, they creeping. Trying to tear me apart. Trying to put me down. But I'm lifted up, faith I'm keeping. Put my heart on the floor, it's leaking. You're my strength when I'm at my weakest. Your love cover me, I'm speechless, Lord. I'm speechless, oh, I'm speechless, oh.
Yo, man, Christian, this is really good for a rough draft, bro. I really messed with it. Definitely need some mixing. Some of the melodic sounds are really bright and kind of conflicting with your vocal. But the general idea, I think, is really good. Your tone is solid on here. I really like the kick sound. I think the kick sound, whatever kick that is, I don't know who produced this. I think it's really
that's him. That's all this man.
Really good sound design on the kick and just the way the drum sounds. I would turn some of those melodic instruments down just because they're like really conflicting with where that vocal is.
Okay, bet.
And then yeah, I would re-record some of this just because some of it is definitely rough in the delivery. Yeah. But generally speaking, I think you're shooting the right direction, bro. So I like it a lot.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you think there's any way you could listen to like a little bit of his section?
Which
he comes in like just a couple, like maybe 20 seconds after.
Speechless, I've been looking up at God, fighting all my demons no matter the odds. Watching out for the snakes, the jakes in the front, trying to get baptized again. I've been swimming in the pond, girl, everything I've been mowing the lawn. All these trials and tribulations will turn me into a boss. Lord forgive me, I know I smoke more than a chimney. I was reminiscing all my decisions, I was penny pinching, I was just wishing, like Lord please help. I don't know myself, the devil got me under. The devil wear Prada and she asked for my number. I had to swerve her, but I don't know. And I can't trust no, look, you know I can't say that. We gon' have to take it way back. When I was dreaming about Maybachs, when he had them braids in his hat. Lord,
think it needs some work. Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah,
It's, I think he needs to punch more. Comp those vocals and punch.
Punch more?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. No, yeah, I wanna let him know, like, so we can figure it out.
Yeah, it's okay. I think the main thing is auto-tune in the headphones, punching and comping your vocals as much as possible, and then melodyning and pitch correcting those vocals. That's usually the sequence of how to record that. So yeah, man, great job, bro. I messed with it, man. You guys did a good job on that.
I bet.
All right, we got the homie Hylam and then
All right,
Emmanuel.
thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Right after that, a few more submissions.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I've been up so hard for my city, like you don't know what I do. Is it really like something that you seen where your eyes make a million? Like I'ma just do it for the game. Now I'm winning, like whoa, 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 whoa. Now we winning, like whoa, 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 whoa. Now we winning, like whoa, 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 whoa. Now we winning, like hit it all again. I win the lotto, going silly, like I've been going crazy, making movies. It ain't what it seems. When the demons chase me, I'ma spray up into murder scene. Devil coming after me, I tell him he can go and leave. My team always winning, if we losing, we gon' take the lead. I'ma never stop it, always going to the day I leave. Demons wanna smoke, I guess they know that God is on my team. Gonna change the world, there ain't no stopping in the major league. Streets is going crazy, they all shooting bodies, lay the scenes. Jesus coming back and that's on God, he healing all disease. Ready for the war when they attack, I'm praying I don't bleed. People getting greedy, they all want but they ain't never need. Looking up to God, so I surrender, now I'm on my knees. Whoa, 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 now we winning, like whoa, 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 now we winning, like whoa, 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 now we winning, like hit it all again, I win the lotto, going silly, like whoa, 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 now we winning, like whoa, 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 now we winning, like whoa, 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 now we winning, like hit it all again, I win the lotto, going silly, like I'ma go hard for my city, you know that we get it, you know that I'm giving it back. I know the people who with me, yeah, we always winning, you know that we hitting the dash. Reason I hold it against me, I count on the 50, they praying that they don't realize. Only one know what I'm doing, yeah, we sending me way to top of the king and the cash. I had to get in my bag, all they got so they can drop on flat. This is gotta put it on the map, do it again, then we bringing it back. I'm going harder than ever with that, I'm just insane on the rise like a cat. Music so fire, you found it in ash, I'm going hard, so all they can add.
Yo, Hylam, this is really good, bro. Folks are pointing out it's a little loud and distorted. I don't know if that's on my end or the track itself. So just be mindful of some of the levels there. I really like it. I like. I would say if we can get your vocal just a tad bit warmer and more present, I think that would be good. It sounds a little over, like your vocal feels a little buried. I really like how you added the little high note on the like. And my advice would be to also do, you could have done some more of that on the first verse because you kind of stayed in the same tone on the first verse. So. Like you kind of stayed there. Rather you could have, you could have mixed that up. I don't want to sing it. You know what I mean? Like do the cadence for 4 and then like add something to it the way you did with that that like note, like you went up, which I thought was cool. So the second verse is really good. This I would definitely turn these vocals up, and I would also make sure that you gain stage it so that you could hear yourself nice and clear in the headphones. So, I'm assuming you're not producing these beats, right? You're just from YouTube, or where are you getting the beats from?
This one specifically is from YouTube.
Cool. So the very first thing you do is as soon as you drop it in, pull that fader down on the beat like 7-8 decibels.
All right.
And then you'll be able to hear yourself louder, and I think then you'll be able to be even more interesting with the tones in the vocals that you're hitting melodically. This like feels good and feels right, but I think you could be a tad bit even more attentive to the details than you already are. And it might just be like, honestly, because you just don't know how to gain stage your stuff and you're not hearing yourself well in the headphones while you're recording. Like, instead of like turning the beat down 10 decibels so you could hear yourself, you might be like pushing your vocal louder, and then it can be creating distortion and stuff. I don't know. I can't call it. You know what I mean? But I really like it, bro. Like I really like it. Like I feel like once you get your process, your vocal chain, all those things continue to refine them the way you have been, like you're gonna be really putting out some incredible stuff.
I did the thing that you told me to not do record everything at once, to slice it up. And I feel like this song is a good example of how it came out and it sounded way better.
Yes, this does sound way better. So yeah, man, keep working on it. So do you hear yourself well in the headphones without having to keep pushing the volume up?
I do, but it's not like I'm not hearing it as it would come out in the song. So like it's weird. I'm not knowing how I'm actually gonna end up sounding at the end. Okay.
And were you able to upgrade any of your software, or are you still on the same software?
So I have FL Studio now. Okay. Awesome. And I did get Melodyne. I am confused as heck of how to use it. Okay. Though I have not been able to use it yet. Okay. And I'm starting to get people to engineer my music better. The thing is with that, I can't hear myself with the plugins. Okay. So
there's definitely a way to run in FL. So again, try just turning that beat down. Like literally step 1, pull the fader all the way down on the beat. And you should be able to set it up where the way you lay it down and the way you hear it back should sound the same. So it shouldn't sound mad jumbly on the audio. And Ryan said Melodyne has a learning curve. Yeah, so I would just start trying to understand how to gain stage and get the effects to sound right in your headphones, and then move on to Melodyne, like one thing at a time, because there's going to be a learning curve there. You know what I mean?
All right.
So yeah, man, well done, brother. I really like it though. I'm excited. I'm excited for to watch you continue developing. All right, guys, that's Hylam. We got Emmanuel, one of the last submissions of the night.
Holy wants your name, I'ma get it back. I'ma show you how to need like talking back. I'ma get it how to need like talking about weed. I be getting my fella like I need it, how you get it up. Understand you get it up and do it for your Lord, like you be ready to get it, I'm seeing that. Understand my father about to get your name in. I see, I be seeing love like man, yeah. He about to say your soul, yeah. I'ma see you like that, man, yeah. I be seeing my father like he won't show name, yeah. Getting in the name, I'ma do it for his name, yeah. Understand he won't show name, yeah. He's saving your soul, yeah. Coming for you, yeah. He gon' get it how you want that love, yeah. He don't play, man, I promise he coming, yeah. He just want everything that he had, yeah. You belong to my father, he gon' get it how you follow, like talking about love, like he be wanting bad, like I'ma see it like that every day and night. I been needing like that, like I ain't need you, yeah. I been needing your love as every day. I been knowing how to do, I been seeing you. I been showing how to do, I'ma get you it.
Emmanuel, thank you for the submission. I like the little I think that little effect, that little vocoder piece on the beat is really cool. Yeah, man, appreciate you submitting this, brother.
That's what's up. So did you like it?
I think it's the same thing I've been hearing, so I'm not the biggest fan. It doesn't sound like there's an evolution happening or a growth from week to week. There was that one song that you had, the sex song, that I thought was really good, which is still on our playlist. But yeah, I think it's this, you know, it's what you do. I think you could do better, in my opinion. I think you could do better.
Okay. I mean, it's always better, but like for me as a, you know, just as a artist, it's cool. I mean, like
I wouldn't run it back. Like I wouldn't play that back. I wouldn't add it to a playlist. I wouldn't work out to it. I wouldn't. It's like cool. You know what I mean? It doesn't. There's no. In my opinion, there's no like progress happening. And
so what about the message? Like for me is, I mean, I always listen and I always like try to like, but I always listen and I listen to God first and I think about the message. Does that not like apply to what like who I am as what God has given me revelation of what He wants me to do is whatnot? Or are you saying like to Ruslan, this is not my cup of tea?
Bro, I don't got no Grammys. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no platinum records. Like this is ultimately just my opinion. So just take it with a grain of salt. So let's just put that out there. I'm trying to give you objective feedback on how can you make replayable records. So this record technically has all the right. The mix sounds good. The beat slaps. It's cool from a production standpoint, like a mixing and production standpoint. It's solid. From a can this go on a playlist? Can this generate you the type of fans that'll spend $200-300 a year with you? Can this even the messaging, like, is the message on this going to cut through in a measurable, quantifiable way? You know what I mean? Like I can get on here, Emmanuel, I can get on YouTube and I could just be like, all right, we're just gonna read the Bible today. And just straight read the Bible and be like, it's the message, and the video can flop. Is that a wise use of my time? Was I intentional and calculated? You know what I'm saying? Or did I just read the Bible and then said, well, it's the message, so God told me to do it this way? Or do I say, let me think of what people value. Let me think of what I can do to retain attention. Let me think what I could do to cut through to people in a way that is valuable to them, and then pull them into the message. It's a different paradigm, right? And this is why I think Gen Z and TikTok is so powerful, because it's a generation that is telling you, we're open to the message, bro. We're open to messages. We're open to great messages. We're open to songs about husbands and wives and loving your wife and being a husband and being a Christian and being a dad. We're open to it, but you got to respect our attention. You got to respect my attention. You got to understand that I got a million things going on, and if you want me to pay attention, you got to give me a reason to pay attention. And I don't know, from my opinion, that's not what that does for me. The past couple submissions, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you're genuinely respecting people's attention. I think you're freestyling and you're laying something down, and it sounds polished enough, but it's not disruptive enough to cut through on a scale that I think you want to, you just aren't sure how to articulate it. I think you want to see your numbers go up. I think you want to see more listeners. I think you want to see more monthly streams. But you got to make the adjustments for it to progress in that direction. That's what I'm saying. If I want 1 million subscribers on YouTube, Emmanuel, I have to make the distinguishable differences in my content to make it better and better, and to collaborate more and more, and to be more frequent and more high quality. And that requires being attentive to all of the details. So that would be my my feedback, is like, sounds like you're doing this for you and the message, not respecting the consumer and the people that are going to listen to it.
Okay, I respect that. What I hear, I try my best to hear. I try my best to like see why I'm doing this. So when I do it, I don't necessarily do it for you.
It's not about me. It's not about me. Look at the chat. Like, you saw the chat blow up tonight when songs were slapping.
Not even for them.
Okay.
It's not the point. And I get all the accolades.
No. Let's back up. It's not about accolades. You understand? It's not about accolades.
I do know that. No. I get all that. I'm just saying, when I be in the moments of making music, they come from a place of, what God do you want me to say? And in the hope of this reaches the person that He wants to reach. I don't care if it's one person, but at the same time, now at the aspect, I understand, like, the point is to make, get followers and reach people and be in a, whatever, I understand all that. But at the same time, for me, man, really, it's hard for me to run away from a understanding of what I understand of what God has told me to do. So at the same time, I get it. I'm gonna do my best in doing so, because that's part of it. But you know, every time you hear me, it's like what I just went through or what I felt God telling me to do in that moment. So, you know, I told you, like, I make songs every week. So
yeah, it sounds like
time,
it's.
I get it.
My question would be, what is the goal, right? If the goal is, I'm making music as an outlet to vent.
No, it's not.
Okay, no. or to worship God. I'm making music.
No, it's not. That's not it.
So
either.
what is the goal?
The goal is to reach whatever God wants for me, and that is also in growing and understanding who I am at the same time. Because just because I'm this way right now doesn't mean that God is building and trying to make me see what He sees. Because I see, like, the way I see life is, I don't see life for. I see life like God take care of me, as in and then, you know, He gave me the talent to do what I do. Mm-hmm. So when you hear me, just don't think that I'm trying to. I'm also trying my best to hear what God wants out of me. And if someone came across me, the one that He wants to come across me, mm-hmm. He will hear what he needs to hear. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So I understand a bigger picture, bro, that you're giving me. I understand it. And I'm praying that we get to that. But, you know, at the same time, just calculate that when you also talk to me and understand, like, where I come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not coming from a place where Emmanuel is trying to vent and talk what Emmanuel says. There's a lot of things in my heart that I really, you know, not understand about life that keeps me in a place where I say, all right, God, what about that? What you want me to say? You see what I'm saying? So that's me, and I understand that it's me though.
Can I give you an example? Can I give you a metaphor?
Yes, please.
Can you play? Do you play basketball?
No, I play football.
Okay, you play football, right? If you wanted to be a quarterback in football, right, and you hike the ball, and say you're right-handed, you gotta back up. You gotta move back with your left foot in front, hike the ball, step back, and then release, right?
Right.
I'm telling you, Emmanuel, you gotta hike the ball, you gotta step back because you need to clear into the vision, you need to release and step into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're hiking it like this with the opposite foot in the right direction, and you're still throwing it. It's still going in the direction it's supposed to go into. But I'm telling you, Emmanuel, if you want to be more effective, if you want to throw the ball further, you got to have your left foot and your right foot behind your left foot so you could throw the ball properly. There's some technique that we need to adjust in order to expand who you can reach on the football field. If you want to be a quarterback and play on a different level. That's if you want to do that. And you're saying, no, God told me to throw the ball this way. And I'm saying maybe he did. I'm saying maybe he did tell you to throw the ball that way. I don't know. But if we look at the best practices of how to throw the ball in football, you got to step back, hike the ball with your left foot in front, and then explode and throw it this way. You can throw it the other way, but you got to have this is how 99.9% of quarterbacks on every level, left foot forward, shoulder back, boom, and they're exploding it. It gives them more line of sight. And you're like, nah, I want to do it this way. I'm like, hey, man.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, bro. I know you think that, but it's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying, Emmanuel?
I'm just saying, like.
I said, hey, I love your heart. I love the content. The beat slaps. Listen to me. And you said, I want to say what I want to say. This is about a message. And I'm like, that's cool, but we're here to play football.
Right.
So you can be a Christian on the field, and you can love Jesus on the field, and we can give all the glory to God, and we should. But we're playing football, and there's certain technical stuff that needs to happen to get the ball in the end zone. I want you to get the ball in the end zone. And I'm saying, hey man, I got a little bit of experience. I ain't never been at the NFL. I ain't never won a Super Bowl, but your boy played college ball. I was pretty nice as a quarterback playing college ball. I know a little bit, you know. And so I think it's a metaphor. You got some of you guys are keeping up,
bro. I know it. I get it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. I understand, bro. And it's not the race for me and the race for everyone. It's a marathon. So I'm figuring it out as I go. At the same time.
Yeah, but just follow me on the illustration of the game on the football field for a second. You talking about marathons.
I get that, bro.
Okay.
I get that.
Okay.
Because I'm working on it, like for real.
Okay.
There's a lot of aspects into my life of what I do and how I did it and why I do it. It's not the same. So I mean, we all different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out my way, despite of what anybody say, because I heard what God said. You feel me?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Emmanuel, God maybe have told you a specific mission to a specific message. That doesn't mean the technique can't be adjusted. We're talking apples and oranges.
It's called growth.
Right. So what I'm saying is God gave you a specific mission and gave you a burden to use your art in a specific way. However, that doesn't mean you need to use the same words every single song. That doesn't mean you need to keep going back and reverting to the same phrases. That doesn't mean you need to use the same vocal chain in the exact same way with the auto-tune all the way sped up. When I'm like, yo, there's this other record you did and you had less auto-tune and it sounded fire and you didn't use as much auto-tune. You see what I'm saying? Like, so you're talking about the method. I'm saying God didn't give you the method. God gave you the heart and the mission for it. But the method could be adjusted. The method could be tweaked. The vocabulary could be expanded. The vocal chain could be even better. The melodyne could be stacked with the auto-tune. The song structure can be even greater. And it's like, I think we're talking about two different things. I'm for your heart, bro, but I think you could be more deliberate if the goal is winning the Super Bowl.
Be for what God wants from me. That's what I want from you. But at the same time, what you need to understand is I come every week because I like to be here. And I know this is your platform. I'm so thankful for it. And I'm hoping in the hope that someone hears it. I don't care. Someone hears it and be like, I heard God. And that's the point. But at the same time, I will grow like you've seen growth. And, you know, thankful.
Yeah, I've seen, but here's the frustrating part. If I could be frank with you.
No, I know why you frustrated.
I've seen growth. Listen to me. Listen to me. Emmanuel, listen to me. Emmanuel, listen to me. Listen to me for a second. I've seen growth and then I've seen regression. I know what you're capable of. I've seen growth. I've seen you throw the football in a way I've never seen you throw the football before, and it'd be amazing. And you throw a touchdown, and then I seen you go back to the weird footing and the shoulders being weird. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got the running back score, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Let the but you said you wanted to be a quarterback. Different position.
Sometimes you gotta let the running back score.
Different position.
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. But I get it, bro. I'm here. But I'm just thankful to be here.
I know you're thankful to be here, but like let's not say if one person hears it, then it's all worth it. No, let's progress and get better every time we step on a football field. Or let's not step on a football field.
That's hard for me. I gotta work.
I understand it's hard for you, right? But I'm saying like
I gotta work. Yeah.
But do you understand that doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results is the definition of insanity?
I do understand.
Okay, so if you're doing the same exact thing over and over, and it's not yielding you the results, you're in a habit loop, bro. So I'm saying, hey, bro, I saw glimpses of greatness with you, Emmanuel. Keep pressing into this, and it's like, yeah, nah, I want to do this over here though. And I'm like, well, why are you even asking me for my opinion? You asked for my opinion. I said,
yo,
I said the beat is cool. I said, what did I say? I said the beat is cool. And you were like, do you like it? I said, no, I don't like it. And then you pressed me, and now it's 20 minutes later, we still talking about the same thing.
No, I didn't press. I pressed you on my opinion on what I saw. But at the same time, what you saw, the greatness and whatnot, is why I'm here. So that's all. That's the point.
So can we make an agreement? Can we make an agreement, Emmanuel? I respect your time. You respect my time. Can you give me 100% every time you show up?
All right. I mean, I'm giving it now. Honestly.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
You talking about 100% in my writing?
100%. I don't want to hear get it. I don't want to hear the same words. I don't want to hear the same thing over and over again. I want you to push and dig deeper with every song, even if it's a 45-minute song, even if it's a hook. I want you to dig deeper because I feel like digging deeper on the other side of that is the potential that you're going to hit artistically. And we haven't even touched the outreach, reach people, get active on social media part. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm saying I think you have greatness inside of you, Emmanuel, and I feel like if you were to implement it more and not just rush through these songs, it could be incredible. But I feel like you're rushing through stuff, and what I don't want to do is ever rush through something and then say God told me to do it that way. That's the part that I'm concerned about. I don't want to be stuck in a habit loop.
Understand my process. I never rush, bro. I be up. I listened to this song a bunch of times. I heard it so many times. The thing is with me, I heard it through the spirit. So I heard it so many different ways. And that's my problem. I'm too much of a spiritual person, and that's my problem. I swear to God, I don't care what nobody say. I be hearing the music in so many other ways, bro. I'm sorry. That's just me. Like, I swear to God, like, dog, I do not play with this. And at the same time, I'm like, bro, like, I know how people are. But at the same time, bro, you understand me. Like, I be in here all night, like, all week. Like, I don't, like, for real, bro. It's hard. But at the same time, I'm growing. It is what it is.
All right, man. So I really want to hear something new next week, bro.
I know you do.
Listen to me, Emmanuel. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I hear the same thing, you get in 60 seconds, just like everybody else. I'm gonna keep it a buck because I'm not gonna stop and keep telling you the same thing over and over, week after week. It's not about. See, this is the thing that we keep getting messed up, bro. It's not about the numbers. It's not about the bank account. It's not about the subscribers. It's about, are you being faithful to what God has given you? If I'm sitting here and I'm stopping every week to give you the same exact advice, it's no longer a good use in me. I'm no longer being faithful. I'm now enabling you. Because you're not applying the feedback. So next week, I want you to come with 100%. And if you don't, I'm going to run it for 60 seconds. I'm going to be like, yo, thank you for the submission. And I'm going to keep pushing.
All right, bet.
All right. We have an agreement. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for submitting. That's Emmanuel LLT, guys. We got a few more submissions from the homie Alcott, who just submitted something.
Go turn up the bass to the knock it so much that it leave me concussed in the head. I just ran circles, my rap is the game on my back, and I ain't even busting a sweat. I put my faith in the Father, now I can be bothered when I be confronted with death. Make it so clear that I'm fearless, just passing the time on my peers, playing Russian roulette. Rotate, 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 rotate. Russian roulette. Hot revolver, smoking barrel, cause no parable. Got God the Father like, not a pride of foes can never pose in terror. I don't dodge the coffin like, might shoot bullets pierce right through. Now picture me buried in an all-white suit with a long tight noose that I wear as a necklace. I swear and it's reckless, but they ain't aware and prepared for my blessings. It's scary, you rappers not very impressive, and I can embarrass you all without sparing an effort. You toxic, I think that this merits a lesson. Listen. Put this whole game on dialysis, call me a masochist, but upon further analysis, they see it crazy, I'm out of this, adamant faith is the catalyst. Most of these demons are plotting and scheming, they want me to drop for no reason. We're bodily bleeding beyond being treated, so everyone not intervening. Despite all of that though, my mind stay intact. I'm never running from danger, you thinking you tough cause you play it with one in the chamber, but I'm putting 5 in the gap. I'm just gonna turn up the bass to the knock it so much that it leave me concussed in the head. I just ran circles, my rap is the game on my back, and I ain't even busting a sweat. I put my faith in the Father, now I can be bothered when I be confronted with death. Make it so clear that I'm fearless, just passing the time on my peers, playing Russian roulette. Rotate, 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 rotate. Russian roulette. Popping off like the revolver on. I got hits on hits at the parking lot where I ride a lot, and I'm in the spot with 212s in the trunk to knock. So hold up, I been like this, never switch, no slow. Got the bag quick, now you slick, think no one got it like you, but homie I do. Foot on the pedal, applying the pressure since I was a younger than rap at the back of the school all afternoon. So now that I'm in it, go vroom, right on my tomb, realest alive, straight out the womb, cause you know that I'm different. I raised a lieutenant who hitting like tennis on all different angles, yeah. Now I can hang with us, you know that we bound to bust. They used to be clowning us, now look how they hounding us, yeah.
tryna get my number while you calling. I've been out here 4 years just ballin'. #1 team, straight out the east, but got on my side, so as soon as I talk it, I
I'm just gonna turn up the bass to the knock it so much that it leave me concussed in the head. I just ran circles, my rap is the game on my back.
Shout out to Sam Alcott and Sean Wickoff. We got the homie Milan with a joint. He's got some profanity on it, so hide your kids, hide your wife.
You know, do you know? It's a no go. I'm just looking for some answers. But I can't find a bro. When you know, then you know. And I'm tryna fight trauma. Feel like a low blow. I can hear my niggas shooting out the pain. Brothers hitting at the store. When you know, then you know. When you know, then you know. And you gotta walk alone. Some people don't go. When you know, then you know. But when you know, then you know. When you know, then you know. And you gotta walk alone. Some people don't go. When you know, then you know. But when you know, then you know. Then you know.
Moderating all these feelings. I'm always breaking all the stitches. I just need some penicillin. I'm just looking for some healing. Moderating all these feelings. I'm always breaking all the stitches. I just need some penicillin.
When you know, then you know. I know you feeling is unmatched. I know you feeling is untapped. The premonition is stay strapped. The definition of pain back. I know the colors of panic up in the rear view. Either bill or the ticket for niggas, you know the rules. I got the bonus of media streaming you on the news. We was spending my noodles, leaving us drooling and foolish and stupid. Can't even blast on the shooters. Evidence of depression, felony is profession. I know anxiety taking a toll. I know I'm thinking if I'm making it home. I know I'm driven like Pac, betting my own death row. I know the beef with the melanin, so it's your soul, your heart, your mind, your kids, your work, your birth. Get in the hearse. When you know, then you know. 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 And you gotta walk alone. Some people don't go. When you know, then you know. But when you know, then you know. When you know, then you know. And you gotta walk alone. Some people don't go. When you know, then you know. But when you know, then you know. Then you know.
Moderating all these feelings. I'm always breaking all the stitches. I just need some penicillin. I'm just looking for some healing. Moderating all these feelings. I'm always breaking all the stitches. I just need some penicillin. I'm just looking for some.
Let's go. That's Milan Cradle, y'all, man. Go send him some love. Yeah, Bats. The Bats drops into the day. He submitted. He left a comment but didn't submit anything. So I don't know what's going on with Bats. But I'm gonna do Leland, and then I gotta talk about this Joe Rogan post about aliens before we get out of here. So y'all just rock with me for a minute. If you're watching this live, get this video a quick thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching this from.
Oh, here go the block off the Pentium. From Chicago to right folk Millennium. Pay for the stew cause they broke my tibia. I'm back in my gold selenium element. Want a message, then go ahead and check it, man. That be worth more than the record inside every record, man. Rappers get high for the vibe and you catch them in second hand. People start dying and crying like, wow, I don't understand. Hip hop got me so weak. Told off the game. Lemon break for the MC. A brother get deep. Know where I'm from cause I'm one with the sun like a brick. Liberty and ease talk slick like brick. Mortified minds so the rhymes thick as a brick. The bankroll is bitch. Time time to shine so go squint. Why does Mike get a split?
I just do what I know to do. Hey, it's just music, so play it cool. I just do what I know to do. With this music and these major moves, I just do what I know to do. I can't lose it, can't act a fool. I just do what I know to do. I can't lose it, so play it cool.
That's the homie Leland Philpott. Yo, Appreciate everybody being here. Let's see if we could do that. Do that. Real quick, Indie Tribe. Somebody's talking about Bats being in an Indie Tribe video. Indie Tribe, the full tribe, gonna be on the channel this Monday at 4:30 p.m. That's gonna be insane. The whole squad is gonna be here this Monday at 4:30 p.m. Cali time. Tuesday we have Isaiah Salvador. We're gonna be talking about deliverance, demonization, all of the spiritual happenings this Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Isaiah Salvador, Christian YouTuber, specializes in that field. Who else we got? We got a couple other people. Show Baraka is coming on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be insane. I'm trying to read as much of his new book as I can so that I can be completely tapped in with the homie Show Baraka. So that is happening. I'm gonna react to this Joe Rogan Instagram post real quick in just a moment. So bear with me. I thought this was hilarious. Let me see if I could pull it up. If you are new here, do consider subscribing. I just do what I gotta do. I didn't catch that. Bats was in the background. Yeah, Bats was in the background of the new Indie Tribe video, Seth, that we reacted to earlier in the stream. All right, let's talk about this Joe Rogan situation.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Lately, we've been having the conversation on the channel about the possibility of aliens. Why did they stop abducting people once smartphones became a thing? I did a video about it, basically sharing my opinion a few days ago, inspired by the Bob Lazar interview on Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan posted this today. Hide your kids, hide your wives. A little bit of profanity in his post. I'll edit it though. He said, this is the article, and I'll read you guys the article. This says, an Italian artist auctioned off an invisible sculpture for $18,300. It's made literally of nothing. He says it's a work that you ask to activate the power of the imagination. Joe Rogan posted this on Instagram. This is the kind of ish why the aliens won't land yet. And then I actually looked this up, and this is a true story. This is not made up. I thought this was a joke. I thought this was Joe Rogan joking, like one of those memes going on. This is a real story. An Italian artist auctioned off an invisible sculpture for $18,300. It's made literally of nothing. From the department of they sold that for how much comes today's story about an Italian artist for the cool price of 15,000 euros, 8,300. Recently auctioned an artwork that is, well, nothing. Last month, the 67-year-old artist, Salvatore Garora, sold an immaterial sculpture, which is to say that it doesn't exist. To be fair, the artist might disagree on conceptual grounds. For Garara, the artwork titled Io Sono, which translates to I am, finds form in its own nothingness. The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy, and even if we empty it and there is nothing left, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that nothing has a weight, he told Spanish. This is like when you're too deep for your own good. Therefore, it has energy that is condensed and transformed into particles. These are the very same people that say God doesn't exist. And they're telling you air, talking about it's conditioned. What was the exact quote? It's condensed and transferred into particles. Okay, the lucky buyer went home with a certificate of authenticity and instead of people were giving like Logan Paul, or was it Logan Paul or Jake Paul, crap initially for NFTs. I see Colin Noor did a podcast talking about they sold air and this whole thing. No, this man literally sold nothing. The lucky buyer went home with a certificate of authenticity and a set of instructions. This is like an Onion article. The work, per Gurur, must be exhibited in a private house in a roughly 5 by 5 foot space free of obstruction. When I decide to exit in a material sculpture in a given space, the space will concentrate an amount of density. Wow. Wow. Shout out to whoever scooped that up. So Joe Rogan was saying this is why the aliens haven't landed yet. I thought it was because of smartphones. Definitely the finesse of the century. Somebody said that maybe they were money laundering this entire situation. Kind of a smart move if that is a thing. Money laundering to do away with washing your money, I guess. But this to me is a case of just, you are just way too artsy fartsy for your own good. Entire thing is hilarious. I thought this was a joke. I had to look into it. Again, Joe Rogan posted it, had to look into it. I can't believe that this is happening right now in the world. This is wild. Like, this is happening in the world. But it just goes to show, when people lack purpose, when people lack identity, when people lack connection to their creator, not only will they worship created things, they will worship created non-things. That is how self-deceived and lacking of purpose humans can be, is to buy an invisible sculpture for $18,300. This is phenomenal. Thank you so much to Joe Rogan for bringing this to my attention. I had a good time laughing about it. But my question to you guys is, where do you pull your purpose from? If you are not a follower of Jesus, if you don't believe in God, where do you pull your purpose from? And what would make this is the logical conclusion of not having identity and not having purpose and not having any type of value system. This is the logic. This is like the slippery slope of where someone ends up, is like everything is about art and value and arbitrage and these entire things. So I thought it was hilarious. No judgment on whoever spent $18,300 on the invisible sculpture. No, there's some judgment. That's an idiotic decision that they made. But, hey, to each their own. Wow, this was amazing. Anyway, those are my thoughts on it. I'll wait to hear from you guys.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
The Sunshine said, buy my invisible dope track. It's a music masterpiece. Buy my invisible dope track. Buy my invisible album for $100,000. I promise you, I promise you that the certificate of authenticity will only push the value of the album up over time. Because, yeah. All right. Let's talk about this next topic, shall we? This is something that came up that I thought was really interesting. I'll show you guys the article here in just a second. Kanye somewhere tight. He didn't think of this first. That's a fact. That's a fact. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I thought it was hilarious. Just use your imagination to hear something you've never heard. Imagination to feel something you've never heard. I thought it was hilarious. I want to hear from you guys.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
All right, so an article came out this week from Bloomberg Wealth and Equality, apparently about millennials and boomers. And it is such a hyperbolic statement of fact that I think is true, but I think there's something to look into. And a lot of you guys who watch this channel are millennials, and the headline reads, millennials are running out of time Millennials are running out of time to build wealth. Millennials are running out of time to build wealth. The oldest member of the generation turns 40 this year. They're only 80% as wealthy as their parents were at this age. Now, off the top, it's like, oh my gosh, millennials have no homes, more debt, this whole thing, right? And I thought, okay, this is interesting to me because it looks very urgent and like it's really crazy. However, when you look at the actual numbers, it doesn't seem that wild, meaning that they're 80% as wealthy as their parents. Did we not forget that millennials entered the workforce, many of us, myself included, at the 2008 recession, and then also went through a world pandemic that the world hasn't gone through in over 100 years and are facing a second recession. This is 2 recessions in a millennial's lifetime. College has increased and housing has increased, and we've also been marketed to and kind of finessed. But I think there's a greater reason for why we're only as 80% as wealthy as our parents. So let's look at this graph real quick. So millennials, a year of college costs $24,600. Now, I don't know where folks are going to college, but that sounds like an outlandish amount. Boomers at age 40 only spend $10,300 going to college. Interesting. Millennials, only 61% own a home, and 66% of boomers own a home. This gap is not as wild as I thought it would be. I thought it would be way bigger. Okay? So the fact that 61% of millennials own a home by the age of 40 is actually pretty good. I still don't own a home. We still rent. I'm hoping to get in a home. I also live in Southern California. But that's interesting. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The cost of a home, I think this is adjusted for inflation. Millennials are $328,000, the average cost of a home right now. Now, granted, the housing market is definitely inflated right now. And the boomers, the average home was $216,000. So $100,000 less. Middle age net worth, $91,000. And boomers are $113,000. So this is an interesting number. Not that far off. Again, not that crazy. Own stocks, 14%, 17%. Okay, not that wild. Let's talk about it. Here's my opinion. It goes over some other data and some other statistics. The thing that I think people forget about millennials is that we're one of the first generations that isn't solely driven by money, isn't solely driven by, stability, and tend to jump careers multiple times throughout the lifetime. Not just jobs. We go from career to career, multiple careers throughout our lifetime. And so when you factor in that, hey, I'm not driven by money, I'm okay with taking an L on my net worth so that I could be an entrepreneur, because I think long term I'll win bigger than I do right now in the short term. I think when you consider these things, man, that this isn't that crazy. When you look at the numbers, in contrast of going through 2 separate recessions, in contrast of going through a world pandemic, in contrast of how obnoxiously, disgustingly high the cost of education has gone up, and how, I would say, straight predatory credit card companies and student loan companies are towards millennials, I think we're doing fairly good, if you ask me, and I think we will be just fine. Now, the question that a lot of people aren't considering is, will things like automation, will things like the cost of goods being cheaper to make mitigate the oncoming inflation that's going to happen as a result of our government printing somewhere of almost 40% of our total money supplied printed in the last year? There's going to be some degree of inflation. However, could some of this be mitigated with the advancements of innovation? What am I talking about? I'll give you guys a micro example and I'll give you guys a macro example. Micro example. I am streaming this video, making this video on the brand new iMac from Apple. It's the M1 chip. I also have a Mac Mini M1 chip. What is that? What am I talking about? Apple took their chip process in-house away from Intel, meaning that they eliminated Intel to build their chips. They took their chips in-house. They came with some glitches, if I'm honest with you. The Bluetooth options are kind of wonky in terms of the dropouts with the mouse, but they took their M1 chip, they took it in-house, which then guess what? Made the computers cheaper to make because now they own the entire process. They made them smaller and faster and passed the savings on to the consumer. So I got my Mac Mini that is my main studio computer for about $1,000. I got my new iMac for $2,000. That's the cheapest I've spent on a computer. My last Intel MacBook that I bought at the end of 2019 was $3,500. I'm saving money because Apple innovated, technology innovated, and actually decreased the cost of stuff. It's a micro example in my personal life. And now it's getting easier and easier to create, easier and easier to make stuff, so on and so forth. Can automation do this on a macro level? Meaning this, what is increasing in price? Lumber and housing right now. It's going crazy through the roof. If we look at inflation and we look at the cost of a home, for the average millennial is $328,000 and the boomer was $216,000. So adjusted for inflation. So if we're looking at the cost of homes going up, what can be done to make housing cheaper? Oh, I don't know. Have you guys looked into 3D housing? Made really nice looking houses cheap in South America? Let me show you guys 3D printed homes, South America. Give me 1 second. If you're watching this and you're finding value from it, give it a thumbs up for your guy. 3D printed houses, homes in Mexico. I think it's Mexico. Okay. So in Mexico, not South America, in Mexico, they're printing 3D printed housing for the first time. And these houses are nice. And these houses are taking a lot of people out of poverty and out of complete absolute poverty in Mexico and in parts of South America. This is incredible technology, incredible innovation, and they're pretty fly if we look at these things, guys. So is it possible that what could help with the housing crisis is us processing housing away from needing all this regulation and letting homes become cheaper and cheaper to make with technology and innovation? I looked at some of these numbers. 3D printed home in Mexico or in South America was costing around $4,000 to $10,000 in raw goods. They're not using lumber. They're not using wood. This is pretty incredible. On your own time, I want you guys to do your research and check out some of these 3D printed homes. They're emerging everywhere. So if something like 3D printed homes come on the scene and completely eliminate the cost of housing on a macro level, that could change the game for millennials, right? So maybe we don't buy a house now. I'm in Southern California. A reasonable house in Southern California is anywhere between $700,000 to $1 million. Maybe we don't buy them now, but maybe in, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I could buy a really nice 3D printed home for $400,000 or $300,000. So there is a way where I think when we're looking at inflation, all these kind of things, and by the way, this is just also me being an optimist. When we're looking at these things, we forget that innovation can progress things more and more and more and make things cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So these 3D printed homes, there's ones in Europe that are full on like huge mansions. There's ones that are being built in California. This is the one I was actually looking at these ones. This is here in San Diego. It's the Good News Network. So this is a 3D printed home. 24 hours. This was printed in 24 hours. And this is up in Oakland right now. It's pretty incredible technology, man. It's pretty incredible technology. And they're made super cheap. And they could potentially deal with our housing process if the government can get out of the way with all the regulations and all the red tape to getting people into homes. This could be how we solve homelessness. This could be how we solve the housing crisis, so on and so forth. So micro example, Apple passing on the savings through innovation technology. Macro examples, hey, 3D printed homes potentially passing on savings to people. By the way, people were like, whoa, we'll run out of land. There's not enough land. There's not enough land. Listen, I don't know if you guys know this. The entire population of the United States, the entire population of the United States can all fit in the state of Texas, and every person can have 1,500 square feet. Think about that for a second. The entire population of the United States can fit into Texas, and every person have 1,500 square feet. There's plenty of land to go around. What we're experiencing right now is shortages in lumber. What we're experiencing right now is more money in circulation. What we're experiencing right now is extended unemployment benefits, extended eviction delays, so on and so forth. And I think all of these things are going to are going to catch up with us at some point. However, if the government and innovators and technology work together, who knows what the future can hold if the caveat is if people can work together. So when I look at stuff about millennials and and all this kind of stuff, I go, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not tripping. You know why? Because generally speaking, I'm substantially more happy, have more joy, have more peace of mind, have more flexibility, and have more time in my schedule, the flexibility of my schedule, than my boomer counterparts, my Gen X counterparts. And the real question is, how is this going to affect Gen Z, the generation that's coming after millennials? How are they going to be affected by this? What is their net worth going to be like? Some of this is also just consumer behavior. Some of this is also us better learning how to delay gratification, how to avoid credit cards, paying off debt, all that kind of stuff. I think people are learning that as they get older. But this chart didn't alarm me. I don't know if it alarmed you. I would love to hear from you guys. And just the idea of 3D printed homes. Hey, if you think I'm tripping, poke holes at my theory. But do your due diligence. Let me know what y'all think.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Somebody said they watched a video, how it's made. It's like a normal 3D printing, but with bigger machines and better materials. Yeah. Yep. Then we are wiping out jobs with AI, with automation. Like I wrote an AI the other day to get to make 3 jobs. Maybe useless. Maybe, yeah, that's possible. That's possible. I'm just saying, hey, what is the bare bones that somebody needs to survive, right? Housing, shelter, and food and water. All of those things with technology should become cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to make over time. They should, just like electronics have gotten cheaper and cheaper to make over time. And if we engage with the technology, you should be able to remove people from absolute poverty and homelessness because of innovation technology. In terms of certain jobs going away, yeah, absolutely. There are going to be certain jobs that go away that could be automated out for sure. Clerical work, stuff that could just be automated. Yes. I don't know, the guy who makes hamburgers at McDonald's, but there's always going to be trades that aren't going to go away, meaning that there's not going to be a robot plumber that comes to your house anytime soon. There's not going to be a robot hairdresser or hairstylist or barber, right? Some of those things aren't going anywhere. So I think focusing on those trades and crafts, I would call those new collar jobs, are going to be here for a while. Some of the stuff that could be automated, yeah, for sure. Those are going to be automated. And it's unfortunate, like truck driving. I don't think truck driving is going to be an industry in 20 years from now. I don't think Uber and Lyft is going to be an industry in 20 years from now. So those folks that are in that season need to develop useful, scarce skills to hopefully pivot and not be in a spot where they hit absolute poverty because they didn't know how to pivot. I know that sounds harsh because it's like the whole like dude just learned to code thing. That's not my heart behind that, right? But we have to get back to trades. We have to get back to useful, scarce skills. It don't all got to be around technology like I'm pushing on this channel. I know a lot of you guys like, yo, Ruslan's really pushing like streaming and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure. But I do think that we can get back to a place where it's not just stuff is getting automated. What do we do? No, we evolve and let's reduce the cost of the things that we need, like shelter, food, medicine, clean water. So those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what y'all think.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
All right, Cody's dropping some gems in here. Let me see. Somebody said, trying to get your comment on CKM. Does that mean I could make my own house? If I could, that would be crazy. But the more jobs that are automated, the more there might be other jobs that come up, like developing machines or servicing machines, for sure. For sure. Technology will become cheaper, not land, food, water. These are earthly resources, materials that is finite. Yeah, land. I think there's a lot of places that are still uninhabited all over the country. Water, I mean, you can get a filter system where you can like drink creek water. Like you and me can go drink creek water right now with this little filter system on Amazon. So yes, those are earthly resources, but you can grow more food. You can get more clean water for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, smart water, more people, increased demand for food and water and land that becomes more scarce as population grows. Yeah, maybe. But again, water, there's filtration systems that you can get on Amazon right now where we can process water. I think I bet you eventually we'll even make ocean water drinkable at some point. There has to be some type of filtration system for that in the works. Land, I think there's tons of land. I mean, I don't know if you've ever driven across the country. There's a lot of land. So yeah, I mean, obviously we're not gonna make more land, but I think there's a lot of land. We are developing machines to service machines. Why Africa having starving population, not enough water? Well, here's the thing. You know, you could like fundraise. There's this thing where you can gift your birthday, and raise I think $5,000 to build a well for an entire village in parts of Africa, South America, and parts of Asia. So there's technology right now that's making it look where you can donate your birthday right now. To do that, donate your birthday. I was thinking about doing the big campaign for my 40th birthday. I'll give you guys the organization right now. This is something, if water to you is a big deal, check out Charity Water. Charity Water. This is a website that was, I think the guy who founded this is a Christian. It's not a Christian thing. But you can donate your birthday and have people make a donation to your birthday so that you can build wells for people who need wells, right? So if you look at it, they've funded almost 65,000 water projects funded, 12 million people served. This is through innovation and technology. Over 29 countries. Right, and you could donate your birthday, and I don't mean to misquote. I don't remember the exact amount, but it came out to like $5,000 to $10,000 can build a well for an entire village. And look at where this is at. This is all over. This is over in parts of it looks like Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Central America, Bolivia. Right. This is because of innovation and technology. This stuff is happening right now. Right. This is pretty crazy, man. So. Let me see. Why water? 785 million people in the world live without clean water. That's nearly 1 in 10 people worldwide. Or twice the population of the United States. The majority live in isolated rural areas and spend hours every day walking to collect water for their family. Not only does walking for water keep children out of school or take up time their parents could be using to earn money, but water often carries diseases that can make everyone sick. But access to clean water means education, income, and health, especially for women and children. Clean water. So let's see if we can figure out the cost. I wanted to do this for my 35th birthday and I didn't. But I think I'm gonna maybe I'll do it for this birthday. Every $1 invested in clean water can yield $4 to $12 in economic returns. It's a solid investment. Access to clean water is perhaps the single most powerful tool for sparking economic growth that humanity has ever known. $40. I'm trying to figure out the actual price to sponsor. Is there a FAQ on here? To sponsor something like this. But that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, this is where tech, innovation, and by the way, 100% of everything here donated goes to actually building water places. 100%, right? 100%. meaning that in other organizations, they have to allocate a certain amount for whatever accessing. The folks who run all the administrative stuff here actually do their own fundraising. So this is like the real deal type of campaign. Fundraiser, brand partnership, contact us, help us request shop our careers, see our financials. So they put all their records up top. If $4 created to another problem would solve itself quick. I mean, it is solving itself quick though. Again, maybe you're not familiar with this organization. I would do your due diligence on this organization. This is an incredible story of a man that I'm fairly sure is a follower of Jesus, and he talks about coming from being an entrepreneur and like having a heart for this kind of stuff. So I say all that to say that I think tech and innovation can definitely help solve some of these issues. Let me see, what is the website? Charity water cost per well. Let's look that up. There's a ministry based locally called Partners International that also does wells in developing nations. Okay. Yeah, so $10,000. Not every drilled well costs exactly $10,000. Yeah, so on average, it costs $10,000. How does Charity Water determine the cost of sponsoring a project? Each quarter, our partners submit grants with specific project costs, and our programs finance team examine these closely to ensure they are accurate and reasonable. Project costs can vary greatly depending on technology, country, and organization, but they form clusters based on analysis of cost in previous and upcoming grants. We've determined that $10,000 plus is the typical cost of a project in countries we're working. Not every drilled well costs exactly $10,000. We will match your donation to a project that's closest in cost, and 100% of your money will go towards water projects in the field. For example, if you donate $10,000 for a well, it ends up costing $9,000, and we'll do it towards a charity water project if a project costs. Yeah, there you go. So it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. 3D printed house at home should be a campaign goal for both candidates in 2024. That's a fact. Is there a public breakdown of the cost that involved the 10K? Yeah, you can go on their website. They're very transparent. I mean, I'll drop this here, the website, charitywater.org. I think I'm going to do this for my birthday this year and do a campaign. And you guys could check them out. But I say all that to say, guys, that there's good things happening, man, with innovation and technology. There's good things happening, and I think you know, I feel like if we wanted to, maybe for my 37th birthday, if everybody who rocks with me donated $37, goodness gracious, what would that be? I mean, that could be potentially at least enough for one, you know, for one joint, one well to be built. Word, 3D printed houses will be common use in the next 7 to 10 years from now. Whoop, that's not it. That's it. All right, guys. Hey, listen. Listen. It's been real. Appreciate you guys. It's late. I know it's probably late where you are. I'm so grateful for everyone that is here, for everybody that rocks with what I do. And I'm inspired when we talk about stuff like this. I'm inspired, like, how can we as a community come together to make the world a better place? So my birthday is New Year's Eve. Some of you guys know that. I don't like talking about my birthday because I got this thing called a significant insignificance complex. I am born on a holiday, but because you're born on a holiday, no one gives a crap. So maybe this year, I'm pretty sure this year I'm gonna start this campaign, man, and start rolling it out. And you know, how cool would it be if we built, you know, raised enough to build some wells in some parts of the country that need it, leveraging technology, social media, all that kind of stuff. So, all right, guys, appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Love you guys. You guys have a fantastic night.
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan. King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Hey, thank you so much for making it till the end of this video. If you found it valuable, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. You can check out one of the other videos related to this that'll be over here. Now, I gotta tell you about a free training I have for anyone that is an entrepreneur, a creative, an artist, but maybe you are unsure on how to find your voice, how to find your niche. I have a free training in the description of this video. Check it out. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next video.
Yeah,
shit with a king came down and bore it all. Yeah, conversations front of the fireplace. All of my mistakes, how do I erase? Wanna operate at a higher pace. Birth pains causing the body to dilate. On a first name basis with the worst pain facing. Moments in isolation. See, I was hoping I would do this to get more family time. A busy mind and worried heart is just not where I reside. I subscribed that all that traveling wasn't doing well for my soul. Glad I never made it when my name went through the rumor mill. I suppose that the Lord knows I'd have failed. Instead I'm doing well at home, out my shell. Good